have more like versatility for your characters to be like, oh yeah, I'm smart. I'm not good with like history. I know geography perfectly though. I can tell you exactly where we are. It just feels better.
And that's why names are weird.
You could always do a nature check and then use...
Welcome to Dicefunctional, where a bunch of friends sit around, discuss ttrpg stuff. We also throw dice, tell a story, and share it with you, our wonderful audience. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. We appreciate your presence this fine day. A special warm welcome to those of you who might be tuning in for the first time. Greetings and salutations to you, friend. Welcome on in. We hope you enjoy your first taste of this adventuring party, this friend group, and everything that is going to happen today. We are about to find out exactly what that all is. But before we get into throwing some dice and telling some stories and doing some traveling, a little bit of housekeeping. So that way, you know, everywhere that you can connect with us and watch more of this and enjoy this whole story. The first place you can enjoy all of that stuff is if you go on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Dicefunctional, where we play this very game every Saturday at around 4 p.m. Eastern time. We also play some games throughout the week, so you can follow along there, chat with us live, and enjoy everything as it happens live, because sometimes shit gets a little weird. If you don't like watching things live, if you want to catch up on previous adventures that we have had with this crew or the entire campaign one that we have, you can go on over to YouTube, youtube.com/@Dicefunctional, or just search Dicefunctional over there. You can subscribe over there and check out all of the previous campaign 2. You can check out our entire campaign 1. We have a bunch of other one-shot content up there. We have game content and art content up there as well. There's a lot of cool stuff, so be sure to check those out. And for those of you that like little recaps, or if you're introducing this to a friend and you need a good way to get them caught up, we have our second recap on the way. I can promise you it's on the way. So be on the lookout for that. If you like listening to things, if you need something to keep you occupied while you're marching through the streets and demanding the justice that you rightly deserve, you can go on over to your favorite podcasting platform. You can search Dicefunctional, and we have a podcast feed there where you can check out all of the previous adventures of this campaign and campaign 1, as well as those awesome recaps. You can also download it for later, so that way if you're hiding out from people that are trying to drag you back to work, there you go. Easy as that. If you want to contact us, if you want to hang out with us, if you want to interact with us on socials, we are at Dicefunctional everywhere except for Twitter, where it's at Dicefunctional with an _. And you can check out our awesome website where we have a bunch of information about the players, about the characters, and a whole bunch of update stuff coming. So be sure to check that out. But that's enough of me talking. That's enough of me saying things that aren't adventuring. Let's get to it. Connor, take it away.
So, where we last left our group of ambitious assholes.
Ooh, I like it.
You all had just managed to get your way back over to the city of Giron. I already opened it.
You can't keep doing this, Connor.
I'm thirsty.
When do you do that? We get cursed.
You've done it for like 100+ sessions, and suddenly you stopped doing it for like 2 of them.
Yep.
This is why Becca lost the housing lottery, Connor.
It's your you did this.
Should be
You
fine.
didn't crack open your can.
I still maintain it's because Becca is the only one of the people that put a house down that does not live with their parents.
Anyways, back to Final Fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons. It's
back to Final Fantasy.
Let's
go.
They had made their way back to the city of Giron, where they proceeded to fully reveal the situation that has befallen them to one Suero, the assassin for the family that had begun to hunt them down and attempt to murder them. But you guys managed to convince him to hold off a little bit and gave him a nice little story. He seemed to entertain it and gave you 3 days to find information. You guys found the assassin who was going to try to kill you, got a little bit more information from him, and then proved to Suero that you were telling the truth. So, Suero struck a deal with you. He will slowly pursue you. If the next time you see him, you give him more information, show him that you are indeed still looking for things, and you are able to prove more stuff about you being innocent, well, he'll let you keep going. Otherwise, well, let's not think of otherwise. But you guys then got in contact, or got contacted by, one Amador Bello, the judge that you met all the way back at the beginning of the session, at the beginning of the campaign, during the murder mystery in Roy, in Roy's house. Amador had a job offer for you all. Apparently, there are some people who may or may not be okay at a mining expedition, air quotes, and he was asking for your help. The party doesn't necessarily believe him, but you said to him that you would go anyways. And that was where we had left off. You guys were still in the city of Giron. You were discussing your next possible options. And what would you guys like to do?
Two things. One, the fact that we don't get any reactions from our antics is sometimes sad because we have great antics over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here playing out the entire judgment of Amador.
I got shot and died at one point. No response.
We're putting on Shadow Theater. No one cares. But no, Amador. Interesting.
I don't trust it. Where at in the north? We'll set up a
Listen,
specification.
First comment on the YouTube video about the antics gets a special shout out.
Well, we haven't told where in the north. That was my point too.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
location.
we were.
I don't remember. It's been like a week.
Please tell me where we were told.
Yeah, Amador told Asher.
I did say that it was east of the Battle of Cairn Plains. I don't like the song. Let's skip this
It's
song.
very
What?
smooth jazz. I
I-
feel like
I'm
I'm in like
vibing?
an elevator.
I feel like I
Okay,
should
fine.
be playing Persona.
I'll leave it. Okay, I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on.
Dude,
It was.
Is it where the blue circle is?
No, that was a town that you guys rescued a cat and promised to bring him back to.
Yeah,
We were busy.
We're working on it.
It was to the west of the monument for Battle of Cairn Plains.
It's in the
over
same
here.
area.
Yeah, it
So
was
it's right
like here.
outside the blue circle.
Yeah.
We can either overshoot it and go to Orpheus,
Or fees.
Okay.
Or
Orpheus.
Cool.
Orpheus,
I'll be right
or
back.
we can
Orpheus.
undershoot it and go to.
Or
I'm not gonna try.
You could go to Cirozello or Malgreen and then just go for a straight shot to it.
That's a very big field.
It's closer to go to the
But
other
it's-
two, Connor.
Yeah, it's easier to go through a field than it is through the mountains, though. So if we go to Orpheus, we're going through like foothills and shit.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Is if you go to Girostela, you have to go through mountains or around them. If you go to Orpheus, you'll have to go through mountains or around them. Viantito would be longer, and Cervazello is a little bit shorter, and it's just through plains.
Have we been to either of those places yet?
You've been to
No.
Malgreen, you've not gone to Ventito or Cervazello.
Do we know if either of
Cirozello
those
is
two?
where the detective is from, right? That's where his office
Yeah,
is.
that's where he's at.
Mhm.
Are either of those two places big cities, or just normal cities?
Cervazello and Viantito are towns, small cities, stuff like that. Orpheus is one of the major cities in the north.
Orpheus is where Amador is, right?
Also, Connor doesn't have maps ready for Cervazello or Viantito or Orpheus or Girostela.
I say we go directly to Orpheus and we take Amador out at the root.
Okay.
Well, let's go to all of the cities and hang around in them so kind
Sounds
of
to me
maps.
that Connor should be more prepared. For
It's a lot of work.
I know.
It's a lot of
I
work to
know.
be prepared for it.
What I was gonna say was
Sorry.
prepared for his players to do dumb shit.
We'll spend a day there, then a day there, Then a
We'll
day
do a big
there.
shopping
Really
trip in
soak
all
in the
cities.
sights. Yeah.
Guys, it's been a while since we've had a shopping episode.
I understand we're on a time limit, but I really do.
I need some fuckery.
Anyways, yeah, we could probably just go to Cervazella.
Yeah,
not-
Cervazella.
Hey! We can just go there and then ride then.
Mm-hmm. And we'll just say we're in a rush so that we don't really take in the city and so Connor doesn't have to think about it.
We closed our eyes when we went through. We didn't see anything.
Yep.
We are one track mind. We are in and out.
We all have horse blinders on.
Due to
Lizzie
the
puts them
fact
on
that we
us.
are being chased.
Yeah.
Not
Slow,
yet.
very slow tigers are chasing me.
The tiger is freeze.
Snail assassin.
Snail
assassin.
assassin.
He's on our tails.
Snassin.
Slowly.
Snassin.
Snail.
Snazzy.
No.
Mentally ill. What's I gonna say? This is semi-related. Where's the frog coat? Or frog
Oh yeah,
poncho?
we still need to get you.
That's in
poncho.
Villa. No,
We
that's in
saw-
Sayant.
We started getting chased for murder kills after we got the money, and we never got the chance to go get the frog poncho.
I know.
The poncho.
You know,
That's I believe it's in Sayant.
Frog Joe.
Sorry.
Keep that in my brain, but for later. We're not
Yeah.
being hunted for sport.
I'm pulling it up right now.
I know it's in
Oh.
Sayant. It's in the place with the gorge.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Oh,
want to
My
go cave diving.
note-taking I was never this good in school.
I was
recalling-
I was great in school. I'm bad in D&D.
so where are we? Okay. I had to use the restroom. Where are we going? Where's-
Cervazello.
Which is
yeah,
where? I'm sorry. I just
North.
it's just north of Magreen. So
And
we're
then we're
just
going.
Oh, it's not that far north. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we're just breezing through it so that we're cutting across the plains to get to the mine, which is somewhere over here.
Okay.
Because it's easier to go through plains.
Mine?
Mine.
Is there anything people need to do in Giran before we go?
I should probably see if they have any more stuff to make poison. It's been a little bit. Anna.
Mhm.
Do they have more stuff for me to make poison?
So, heading over to the fellow who will be running the chemist over here, or the pharmacy, I should say. You would see the similar tiefling. He will look at you and go, "Hello there. What are you looking for?"
Cap, do you guys have any more back in stock?
No, Ettercap, no.
Anything else?
We have some minor poisons, possibly, intended for rats and what have you.
Anna, do I know if I could modify that?
Rat poison? Yeah, sure.
It's just modern day rat poison.
It's rat poison that I've been taking.
Let me tell you,
like-
rat poison hasn't changed much.
I can take rat poison and distill it down. More than likely.
Yeah, you could effectively make like a jury rigged poison. Yeah, it would be fine.
Wouldn't do as much as Atacap, but I could still get poison because I'm out.
Yep.
Alright, how much is it gonna cost me?
About 10 gold.
For how many uses is that, Connor?
10 gold is about a pack of 5, to be honest with you.
Sick. Take my money. Give me the rat poison.
Cool. He hands over some small boxes, like some cardboard boxes of pellets that are labeled rat poison, with a little drawing of a rat on its back.
I like the idea that this wasn't even product. This is just something he had in the back to get rid of rats.
He may have.
Sneaky.
We're gonna have to figure out how much damage that does once I've worked on it some.
We'll have you roll for it.
Okay. We can do that once we're actually on the road.
Okay. So, anything else you guys need to do here?
Oh no, I know that look.
Debating if I want to do this or not, because this isn't anything that'll affect anything crazy. It's just an in-character thing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this might actually affect something crazy in the long run.
Okay.
Rot, my little letter writing boy, my little letter writing little angel of a boy, is going to write a letter, very pointedly leaving off a return address. No return at like. There's no way that they could trace this back to Granny's house. And it's gonna be a letter to Rot's mentor.
Okay.
And it's literally like, it's not gonna make sense, the fact that there's no return address, because Rot is just writing it like a regular letter. So it's just like, how are you? I hope all's well. Sorry. I won't write again. And like signs Fitz at the bottom. Doesn't say Rot. It's Fitz and sends it off. With no way to trace it back, who's not respecting response. This is for Rot's mental health.
Okay.
And a messenger shows up 3 days later.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. We're not gonna be here anyway. It's fine. Fine. That's it.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. All right. Anything else that needs to be done?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might pick up a few more bullets or, ingredients to make bullets.
Mhm.
And I'll make more bullets on the road.
Okay. So let me make sure I got that information right. For the rounds themselves, that should be only. Let's see. Yeah, it's extremely cheap for what you're making. Basically, like it'd be like 4 gold to buy them, so it's 2 gold to make them, and it's like that's making 20 bullets. You can make an ungodly amount of bullets if you really wanted to. It's just time at that point.
I'll be fine with just like 20 more bullets. So I'll spend the 2 and make them on the road.
Okay. You may do so, and you will make those along the road.
Okay.
Any other things that need to be done?
Yeah. Jill, quit giving me that long suffering look. 15 bullets is not enough, is it? To, like,
not a lot of bullets. No,
it's not a lot of
bullets.
That's not a lot of bullets.
I may need someone to make me bullets. Hi, Granny.
If only you had 2 people that were regularly firearms experts in the fucking cart.
Can someone make me bullets?
I'll do it. I've never seen a bullet in my life. How hard could it be?
You don't even know how to use a gun.
Just wrapped it like a firework popper. Just wrapped it in little paper. And it's like,
Oh no, I was gonna go with the bullet.
no.
Funny
I mean,
thing
that's
is,
Prank.
powder charge at
It's
that
just
point.
a prank.
That
It's a
Hana
blunt
knows how to
with
use a gun, but
gunpowder.
she's
You give it
technically
some-
better at throwing the bullets at targets than shooting them with the gun.
Checks out. How much gold do I need to give? I zoned out because I was asking Jill if I should make bullets, and they.
So you get 20 bullets for 4. You can make them for half that.
2 gold is 20. So 4 gold would get you 40.
Okay, I'm gonna give up 4 gold. Someone make me bullets because they love me.
Asher could probably make those in an afternoon.
Mhm.
All of them.
Asher and Granny sit at the table going,
Oh, Asher has a machine for it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Granny sits at
Fine.
the table with the machine going.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's just a
Asher's
reloading
just
bench,
going-
basically.
She's
Shell,
trying to be faster than it. She's
Powder,
working-
thing, click, shell, powder, bullet,
John
click.
Henry.
Yep.
She's like, I bet I could do it faster. Just give me.
To
It's a race.
I'll add the woody bullets to my thing then.
Yep. I can even roll for him if you want me to.
it's as far as the train route goes. If we were to stop in Villavelle or Cyan, it would be a 2-day trip to get up to Cirizello. Since it's like very early morning right now, if we left basically right away, we could get from Giran to Cirizello in 1 day. Arriving there, I think my schedule is at 7:30 at night. I routed it out using the train times to see what would be possible.
I do think we want to go as fast as we can because he's Suero said he'll basically be waiting in Giran for 3 days and then pursuing us, which gotta make the most of the time.
Quite.
You want to get a head start.
Yeah.
I do very much.
We
We
need-
don't know how long the mines will take. We don't know what we'll find there. If
We
will
need to
find
kite
anything.
him up to the north before we can do stuff in the south again.
Yeah, we need to draw him up and then.
I mean, that's not actually a bad idea.
I know. Why do you think I said it?
We need to go all the way. Just go all the way to the north.
Let's
Yeah.
go meet Gail.
Yeah, Gail will help us.
We've
Chase
unlocked
is like,
the cheat
"No."
Let's
code.
fucking win!
Gail is Chase was blue screened a little bit there.
Your face is like,
Yep.
no.
No, he would not.
Fucking know you people.
Gail's looking at you. The fuck are you doing there?
He's like,
The
take
fuck
care
are
of your
you?
own problems, damn bitch.
I'm in the middle of something at the moment.
It's hanging off each antler.
Just covered in fucking gore, like, can't you say I'm a bit busy? Just a bit. Got shit, I got a handle.
Yeah,
But no, legitimately kiting him back and forth might be.
Actually, funny idea. We kite him into Gale's village, dude shows up, and Gale McMurders him. Actually,
That's-
Gale and
yeah.
Aerith. It wouldn't just be
Yeah.
Gale, it would be Gale and Aerith.
I don't think we want to do that because we need him to clear our name.
Yeah, and he would
Yeah.
just never be found.
Okay,
Also,
so
he's really pretty. And I don't kill him.
so there, basically route-wise, in theory, you could maybe get to Cirizello by about 5:36, 5:30 or 6 o'clock ish. That would basically mean straight shot, like you were just going from train to train to train, and you were trying to go as fast as possible. Worst case scenario, you miss the last train. You miss the train that goes to Cirizello. Okay, no big deal. You wait until 8. You'll be there by 9:30. So it's entirely doable.
you would take Giran to Albadil the 8:30, which arrives at 11. The Albadil to Margreen the 12 o'clock, which arrives at 4, and then Margreen to Cirizello. Basically, think at that point it would be the 7:30, which arrives at 9:30 because it's back and forth.
Yeah.
So it would be end of the day, but it would be a single day.
Yep.
With about
And-
a 3-hour stop in Margreen if you wanted to do anything.
Yeah, and we would be able to travel through the night, I think, because of the cart is self-driving. So
Yep.
And there would be a 1-hour layer in Elbadil if you wanted to go anywhere there.
Oh, we know who lives in Belvedere.
Jolly.
What? Hey God, I'm rubbing my eyeball. I just flushed it out just now. My God, my eye is very itchy. What was the question?
We're gonna have an hour layover in Elbadil.
That was an audible gasp.
To see the VTuber just very quietly go.
And it is right around lunch. It's between 11 and 12.
Perfect lunch date.
I know we're being pursued by an elite killer, but
I'm gonna flush my eye again.
I did the math.
Jesus, it's so much.
It's 7 people.
I know. I guess we'll take that out of the party fund.
We have like 10,000, 11,000 gold
Yeah,
in
don't
party funds.
yeah.
So.
Fucking bitch about money. Interestingly enough, I think that very first song was mislabeled in Epidemic's sound database because the one they have on their website sounds completely different from the one that shows up in their YouTube video. That's why I was so confused. The one that sounded kind of Persona-y, not the one that should have been there.
Shout out.
Not the end of the world. Oh well. But yeah, I mean, like the idea is there. It would work perfectly. If you guys want to do it, let's do it. Okay.
Do we know any of the cities we're stopping at? Is there an armorer anywhere?
An armorer?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, Giron itself that you're in right now does have a blacksmith.
Okay then. Asher is going wants to buy like a full-sized for him anyway, sized plate gauntlet.
A plate gauntlet?
Yep, for his left hand.
Okay. That should be entirely doable. Do we have prices for gauntlets?
Nope, those do not exist.
What do I fucking price a gauntlet at?
I'm going to see.
I mean, if there would be like a magical one, cut it in half and make it so it's like price it for something that's common.
I mean,
It's not looking for a +1. Asher's gonna
no,
make it a
you're just
+1.
looking. Yeah, you're just looking for a gauntlet.
Yes,
basically.
yeah.
Um,
Step 1 of the next
Gauntlet.
Asher project. Well, the one that he's working on. Well,
I mean, I'd imagine that like one gauntlet could be like 100 gold, maybe. Cody,
So
That track?
by weight of materials, a gauntlet is about, looking up weights, 1/20th of the weight of the total suit, but it is one of the more intensive pieces of the armor. So I would say somewhere between the 1/10th to 1/15th range.
so yeah, actually, my estimate was not too far off because like if I went with 1/20th, that'd be 75 gold. So
Okay.
100 gold sounds pretty decent.
We party funds that one. Is anybody opposed to party funding that? Okay,
And
cool.
until we've actually distributed money,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Okay, cool. I'll party funds that one then. Cool. I
Gotcha.
will get that added.
Righty. So, in that case, Asher, you got yourself a gauntlet.
I have my
You guys-
gauntlet.
Are going to catch the nearest train and begin making your way over to Giron.
We're in ground.
Oh, sorry, Elbadil. I misspoke.
Sweet.
Righto. Let's get you moving. So this is basically going to be like an all-day set of trips. So if there are things you guys want to do, you have time to do it. But for right now, you do have a bit of a time laid over in Elbadil.
First thing Asher's doing is casting Nystul's magic aura on his jacket.
Okay.
Second thing we're working on, there's a shotgun. We're gonna try and finish this up. And then obviously making bullets.
Yep.
And then working on the helmet.
Yep.
Sweet. That is okay, no. 19.
Okay. 19. That should be good to go. I would say at this point the shotgun will be finished up. I'll get that onto your sheet as soon as possible, Jess. Also, add to actions list.
Done.
Jill, you should have a button now for your weapon. Like I said, Jess, I'll get your weapon set up. You guys have a little bit of time here in Elbadil, so if there's anything you guys would like to do here in the city, you may do so.
2 things.
Yeah.
1, Jill's cat's being a freak.
Jess's shoes are right over here.
Mm-hmm.
And Houdini had her head so far into Jess's shoe that her ears were flat to her head.
Oh
She was
gosh.
like, shoving her noggin in there.
So 1, she's
What
being
a
a
little
freak.
Freak.
2, what do you want me to roll to make those rat poisons into?
So that would be you're trained in alchemy tools, right?
I'm trained in alchemy, poisoner, and potions.
Poisoner. Well, I'll have you roll your poisoner kit. Which should ask for the ability. In this case, it'd be intelligence because you're doing chemistry.
I don't have it under as an action button.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's weird.
No, that is weird.
Well, that's an easy fix too. No big deal. Where is it? Inventory. Not in loot, not in tools, not that. This. Add to actions. Why won't you show up in actions, you bitch?
You bitch.
Tool type, artisan's tools. Basically, alchemist supplies-ish.
I also have alchemist.
Yeah, you are proficient, and this is intelligence. Okay, I've adjusted it. You should be able to roll it if you go to your inventory.
Jeez. Us.
Mm-hmm.
21.
21.
21.
No.
Sorry, it's 2010 again?
I was gonna say, was this 10 years ago? So yeah, you would be able to kind of adjust the rat poison slightly. It would take up basically all the normal doses that you have. But you think you have something pretty potent that would be unpleasant for a normal humanoid to come into contact with now. Just add like a regular old basic poison to your inventory. It would be only about 2d8 of damage. Save would be a DC 13.
Assume that would be Constitution.
Yep. There you go. Something like that. So, anybody else have actions they would like to take while inside of the city of Elbadil?
Does Kaz wanna say hello?
She's working right now, isn't she?
Do you wanna leave some flowers at her door?
Why do you keep insisting I leave flowers?
Just a little note that was like,
God.
Hey, we were in town very briefly. Sorry we missed you. Hope
Because
you're doing well. Here's some flowers.
right now you're representing 100% of the intact relationships, since Asher is kind of up in the air.
You know, I think if we succeed in our mission, I think the relationship will be saved. It's gonna be real.
Yeah.
Then brings people together like shared trauma.
You're not wrong. However,
It's horribly manipulative, but you're not wrong.
on the list of I'm like ranking what is ideal and what isn't ideal in forming a relationship. That whole shared trauma bit's probably down there at the bottom.
I mean, that's how
not
Fortune's
forming
Blade
it.
bonded. Because we
that's
all watched Gale die.
Fortune's Blade, we turned out great.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with Fortune's Blade at all. Ever.
Certainly
Yeah.
all.
a word for that.
Yeah,
They were all mentally
everything was
well.
fine. Everyone in that group was entirely mentally stable the entire time.
Uh-huh.
So mentally well.
Yep.
So mentally
And
stable.
they
all of them.
continued to exhibit totally normal mental
Yeah.
stability and behavior.
So all I'm hearing is one of us needs to die so we can have a proper trauma bonding moment. Who wants to volunteer?
Now we have, you know, I have my spells. Like now someone can die and it's fine.
Anyways, Kaz, you should go leave flowers.
I really thought you were just gonna say, anyway, Kaz, you should die.
You should die.
So we can trauma bond over your death.
No. If Kaz doesn't do it, Granny will.
And Rob will help.
What the fuck?
Are we talking to Vera or
I
dying?
I meant no. Talking to I've been leaving flowers at her door.
Okay.
Can't believe Rotten Granny just planned Kaz's execution live on
If
stream.
you won't die,
Jesus shit.
we'll do it for you.
I will also bring up something else in the town. If Darius needs more spell paper because she used up all of hers, there is
Oh,
that
yeah.
magic shop.
Yep, there is the Pillar of Netics.
Because I have spell scrolls but no magic paper, and spell scrolls are different.
I think they sold both.
They do. They're the same thing probably, but I keep track of them differently.
Do you have oranges in your inventory?
Yes.
Okay.
The for Ruben.
Okay. I was watching, just scrolling over the things in my inventory. It was like magic stuff, bag of oranges,
Pomegranates.
pomegranates, oranges, and coconuts. So Darius has his purse full of like
Oh
stuff,
my.
and it's like
With all the drugs hopefully removed.
No, we leave the drugs in the cart. I also have a bag of plums for Ruben. It's not even my money.
Why do you have more fruit than
Oh.
cats?
I just thought of something very important. One,
Mm-hmm.
we got rid of the prisoners we had in the cart, right? When we got back
Yep.
to town. Okay.
Oh, Jesus, shit. I forgot about them.
Yep, I've been keeping mental track of them, and that we got lost in the sauce for a couple sessions.
Yeah.
they're our
We
roommates.
did.
Wait, which prisoners?
We've had multiple groups of them, so
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
what
need
I'm
to
saying.
specify.
You have to be
We-
specific.
We did in the sessions where you were missing, but we went to town. I made sure it happened.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Then
still have the sleepy boys, right?
I think we only have the
Mhm.
sleepy boys.
We have
yeah.
the sleeping ones and the
Yeah.
agoraphobic individuals.
Yeah, we have a
Oh
homeless.
yeah, he's still here.
We still have a homeless man and a cat that wants to go home in a
yeah,
cart.
the homeless man, he good. The other thing that we did, by the way, on the train ride to here, we did go through like a forest or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Asher took the dead body that's in the coat closet that's right by the door and hucked it out the back. Because we've
No,
had a
I
dead
mean,
body
thankfully
just
you guys are-
sitting there.
Thankfully, you guys are the caboose, basically. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's why.
no one's going to see it. But, man, that's going to be a horrible news story I'm going to have
Yep.
Azzy read out.
Yep. Oh, he been there for weeks at this point. I was trying to think of the best opportunity. I just haven't had a good opportunity for it yet.
Which dead
No.
body was this? Who was this?
I don't even remember specifically. No, I do remember specifically. It was of the two. It was the two criminals. It was the one guy we let go. He ended up dead. It was his buddy who was badly burned, and Asher put a slug in his head.
Yeah.
And then we put him in the closet so that way
He was there this whole time.
Yeah, he's been there this whole time.
The whole time.
Yep.
The whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time.
Asher put him in an extra coat closet that he made appear and walled the thing off. So yeah.
I love the idea of like everyone else forgetting, but Asher remembering, and everyone being like, "Smell? They don't smell that?
Well,
That's weird."
this
Anyway,
this is also two things. This is an important question. Are most of you riding in the actual train?
I'm riding on the train.
Yeah, so you're riding on the train. Who's in the train?
I'm probably in the train.
I think I'm usually riding the train itself.
Because Delos is usually in the cart with Asher.
Yeah.
Kaz, are you in the train or in the cart?
I'm usually in the train.
So none of you know, except for Delos and Tana, if she spots it, that Asher just yucked a dead body out of the cart.
There's an act of silence between Asher and Davis being like,
I didn't want Rani to catch on to this.
Just, how long has it been in that spot in particular?
Since I shot him.
Is that why
we were
the
in
cart
the-
smells?
Wait, this is why it was in the criminal city. This is why there have been the fresh flowers and various things.
Have you been making Lizzie clean this up?
Oh no, there was no cleaning. It's an extra dimensional space. He does not begin to putrefy. There's just a bit of
Lizzie?
the normal stench.
Thank you for the flowers.
Do not worry. The bodies only desiccate when inside of a extra-dimensional space. They do not produce odor.
Asher?
Hmm.
We can't tell Granny.
That was the whole reason for throwing the body out while we were on the train.
This is gross, you know that, right?
Meh.
How did you even throw it that far? Your arm's busted.
The artificial one is stronger than the regular one.
Next time, can we just dispose of a body in a normal way?
I'm all for it. Honestly.
Like,
This
we
was
might
rather
find-
annoying to try and keep track of mentally. Imagine if I had forgotten about the body. All of a sudden, it is in an extra dimensional space of my remembrance. If I don't remember to keep that particular closet there, all of a sudden the closet disappears and either it falls into the astral plane or the dead body just appears in the cart.
Not to be morbid, Asher,
Hmm.
but as soon as he started to decompose, his bones would have been useful for bone meal.
You should have said that.
It feels morbid.
Also, to be fair, he did try to kill us. It is his fault.
I want to know at some point during this conversation, this does lurch because we are behind a train and you watch Deos's color drop and she goes, "No, I can't care anymore." And she'll go lay back down because she still hates riding on trains.
I rolled a perception just to see and got a 19 total, so yeah, Tana probably saw the body.
Tana definitely saw Asher
Let's
yuck
see.
a body out the cart. Unless Asher
No,
rolled
it's an 8. I got an 18, surprisingly. I rolled sleight of hand. I don't know if that's how that would apply for throwing a body, but just for reference, yeah, Tana did know. So I was curious.
Only thought is like, who was that? In terms of the body.
Don't worry about it.
Adam found the clown face they left on the map of Giron. So, you guys are inside of the city of Eces. The body that was in there was discarded along the train tracks. What's the plan, everybody?
Two things. One, the city of Eces? Yeah, we're in the city of...
Elvedale.
I to add to that, I want you to know every time I look at it, I read it as edible, and I get very confused.
Nice.
Oh, good dude.
Yep.
City of edibles.
Yep.
I'm also. Can I steal from the party fund 200 gold so I can go buy magic paper?
I said go for it.
Mhm.
I'm asking the group at large. Okay.
Yeah, as long as we still have enough for Rot to get his poncho eventually.
Poncho.
I'm sure.
It's very important.
We have more than enough still.
Yeah.
All right.
And we leave flowers at Vera's apartment. From Kaz.
What the? Oh my god. It's a good thing it's only an hour.
So you're
Sitting on the.
are you going to
Yeah.
leave flowers at Vera's apartment, Kaz?
I mean, if Granny's forcing,
If you chicken out, it's gonna happen anyway. She's warning you.
you just want to win the bet, don't you?
I just want to see happiness bloom among the youth.
Did I hear something about a bet?
No. There's no bet.
Granny,
I don't.
Granny, how much is put down on this bet?
Actually, don't remember.
What is the bet? I want a piece of
How did
this.
your
I think it was only 50 gold.
Was
I think it was 50 gold. Was it? Was it for? I don't
It was
remember. If it
over
was,
and under for like 6 months.
That's what it was. I think I went.
You went over, I went
Over.
under.
Yeah.
I don't know if did Kaz notice us make that deal?
Was it for 50 gold or was
I
it from
could
5
wait.
gold? Because 50 feels like a lot for.
I think it was probably like I'll find it later.
Yeah.
Somewhere
It's
in the notes.
Over under. Pick your time frame.
How long has it been? Was it already been a month?
Like a couple weeks, I
Couple
think.
weeks? Put me down for over.
I think it's
No
only
faith.
been 2 weeks.
No faith.
Look, no.
Ten gold.
Do not get me wrong. I am rooting for Cass, but I like making smart bets. 10 gold on the over.
So, from across the room. Exactly.
All right. I'm doubling down.
Oh my god, why?
But don't get me wrong, Cass. I do believe it will happen. I do believe it will happen. And I want to help if I can. Actually, that reminds me. Wait, we will do this. There is an idea I have for an automaton that is just a mechanical pigeon. You can roll notes up, put it in the pigeon. It will move at a constant pace. And it does not have to rest. It will deliver the note, and it will wait for a return note. And it will fly directly back to find the exact person who it is looking for.
I was just making medieval emails.
Email.
You know, I could use eagles. We could call it email. I like this. We will work on him looking like an eagle. I will do this later. There are a few things I have to work on currently, but
I love it. Email. That's so fascinating.
wait.
Oh my god.
You should really make that commonplace. The place they land is, it's got to be like a box, an inbox.
It could. It could be like just an evolution of a delivery box.
Yeah, it's like your mailbox you're outside your house, Granny, except sleeker.
A bit bigger, maybe. For the
Quite simply, eagle mail. Email.
Yeah.
This is the way of the future. Clear.
Do Eagle Mail. That's what I do with Animal Messenger.
Yeah, but this will be faster. And won't require an actual animal.
Okay, I guess.
Wait, you
And
could
won't require spell casting.
actually.
Spellcasting.
To be honest, I was more thinking for the health of the animals.
Yeah, that too.
The animals get to rest. It's fine. It's
Oh,
not like
I'm-
they go straight and then that's all they do. They rest in between, like. Come on. It's why they take so long to get there. I sent a message out to my mother
So you,
the night
so you
of
see
the
why we're making
murder.
email, right? It's faster.
So that way they do not have to rest.
I
They
don't.
like to use jackdaws, they do.
How long has it been since the night of the murder? Like day wise? Does anyone know?
I would have to double
23
check.
days.
23 days. There we go.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay, mile wise. How many miles is that, Cody? 23 times 50. Because it's
That would be, 1,150.
What
What?
animal did you send out?
I sent out a bird.
He's sleeping.
Bird.
He's tired. He's
Uh,
tired.
I was trying to think, would a message have gotten there by then? From where we were.
There definitely. Back?
Oh,
Not
I
yet.
I don't expect back yet.
Yeah, there absolutely.
Okay.
I love the image of a bird being like, "All right, just gotta get to the place where they currently are. Get this message there." And it's like, "Oh, they're moving. They're going. Okay, I gotta keep going this way."
Yeah.
And they're going
Yeah,
back south again.
That's why I figure we have it because we keep moving. So like, there's no way it's gonna get to us ever at this point.
You're pissing this bird off.
Ah!
You're about to make an enemy.
It's gonna peck at you when it lands, like, bitch.
Dude's gonna
So-
shit all over the car.
So yeah, Thomas say, they like to use jackdaws, they do. Highly intelligent and they'll repeat any message you tell them. However, they can't stop talking. Which honestly makes it a bit safer when they're in a big flock. If you try to listen to all of them, it'll drive you to insanity. Makes messages very safe except for when they break off to talk to someone.
Prefer the eagles.
I have other priorities, but it's will come. Do not worry.
So, Kaz, would you like to leave flowers, or should I be doing it?
She will make me as a player. She would make any excuse to be like, we only have an hour. We're being chased by Suero. Do you think this is smart to do this right now?
I mean, we got an hour to kill.
Oh my god, what about the Suero part?
Oh, he's not coming yet. Look, there's a flower shop right here. Look, there's. Ooh, they
There's
got
no flower
roses.
I guess I could. But I'm scared that she might be there, but she's kind of working right now, I think. I don't
she'll
know.
probably be at her job. It's the middle of the day.
Oh, thank goodness.
Is that a yes?
Yes. God.
The Granny will go with you, like, as to help. And she'll like
Oh boy.
get like a little bouquet of flowers and a vase and a little note. It's like, from Kaz, hope you're well. Anything else you want to add?
No. I don't.
Heart. And then we leave it at Vera's door and
Got it.
go back because there's not a lot of time
Oh.
actually.
There's not a lot of time.
Yeah, walking there and back with the stop at the florist would probably take up most of the hour.
Mhm.
All right. So, you guys pick up some flowers and drop them off at Vera's home. And then proceed to get back onto your train for your next trip. That's going to lead over to Magrin and then Cervazello. We'll put you over there to Civerzelo because I don't have that map ready. Drawing city maps takes quite a while. So, do you guys want to start making your way directly over to the location where you were directed by Amador? Okay.
Believe
We should.
so.
It's like 9:30 at night. So
It would be like
Yeah.
9:30 at night, yeah.
Yeah.
So, 9:30 p.m. Problem with Keen Mind, I have to keep track of the time at all times, otherwise people pester me. What was your land speed? The land speed of your vehicle, Asher? Nope.
I never remember that. I know it was. I know it's 40. I know it's 40 feet around.
Okay. So, in that case, got it. In that case, it'll likely take you guys about 2.5 days to get over to the location that was marked out for you by Amador. I'm assuming you're just going to go as the crow flies, right?
Rain allowing. Yeah, absolutely.
about 9:30 a.m. on the 38th.
Yeah, that'd be about right. So,
So day and a half of travel.
ish.
Sweet.
Oh, nah.
So, you guys would wind up making your way over to a location along the mountain chain that separates the inland from the coast. As you guys have major ways away from Civerzelo, you see that the trees begin to kind of clear away a little bit more, and eventually the location around you becomes significantly more plains-like. You can see that there are the occasional lone rancher or homesteader that has built their own home off away from everybody else in the middle of these plains. But for the most part, it is desolate. There's nobody there, but life abounds. During the nights, you will see what appear to be phosphids lighting up the nearby geography with little jets of flame. And occasionally, if anyone is looking out the window, you will see what appears to be maned wolves that are prowling through the tall grass and trying to hunt for their next meal. Once you finally begin making your way up closer to the mountains themselves, you can see that they are currently lush with life, with tall cliffs, some that are beginning to hang ever so slightly above open air. And by the 38th of spring, you will find yourselves at the base of the mountains, on the lookout for this mining expedition. So, I will need perception checks from you guys to figure out where the mining expedition appears to be, or at least try to track them down. So you can do perception or survival, it's up to you.
May I give myself guidance, Connor?
Sure.
Cool.
It's my bonus to both. Perception it is.
All right. Jace, what did Asher get?
7.
Jolly, what did
Asher doesn't. do
Gaz
perception.
get?
Is it the perception? It's a 5, so no.
Gotcha. Michelle, what did Fizzy get?
21.
21. Gotcha. Granny,
Also 7.
gotcha. Jolly, sorry, not Jolly. Jess.
I'm sorry.
There are a lot of J names.
Hey.
Jolly and I's names have a lot more in common than Jolly and Jess. I'll have you know. Thank you very much. Add one letter to my name and it's the same name.
That's true.
Jill, move the I to the N, put an A in there.
Yeah, you two have closer names to
We
each
got
other.
closer names. Don't maybe make sense.
Anyways, I rolled a 17.
Gotcha. Jill, what did Rot get?
Think a 19? Yeah. 19?
Yeah.
Yep.
I rolled really
And-
well for you.
Cody?
Well, I'm glad someone rolled well because I nat one for a 6.
Okay. Good start.
This
Good
is
start.
because of all the nat 20s you've gotten in the past few sessions.
Yeah, it's catching up to you now.
Karmic.
Well, Donna's probably busy drawing all the new creatures.
That's awesome.
So
You found
This
Maine
is-
wolves. You've not seen those before.
Puppies.
The phosphid are probably the most interesting because they are little flightless insects that will perch on trees or grass, and they have what you can best describe as a little abdomen that can shoot out a small jet of blue flame. And it appears that they use that for attracting attention or mates. You're not sure what.
it's like
Literally
the fire
fireflies.
beetles, except
Little bitty
it's-
fire. Well, they don't fly.
Yeah.
Fired
Firebugs.
standings. Fire crawlers.
Okay. So, as Fizzy got the best roll, Fizzy, your perception check will show that this place here is quite craggy and cliff-like, a lot of vertical surfaces. It'd be quite difficult for most people to set themselves up for a position where they could bring resources out, so mining doesn't feel like the best match as to what this could be. But you can tell that there are what look to be a few caves that very well could be where someone managed to squeeze their way in. And those could be better bets for where someone is, but it's almost certainly not mining that's being done here. So Amador's hunch that his friend wasn't being entirely honest might be correct.
Mining. I don't know what it could be, but it's not. Where are the caves?
The caves are closer to ground level, maybe up a little bit. You think it'd be tough for the cart to get up there, but you guys could climb up there pretty easily.
So she'll point out the caves, and she'll just be like, "If they're anywhere, cause like, does there look like there's like anything of anyone there's been people here recently?"
There's definitely some signs where it looks like bits of rock have recently fallen down, scrub brush and vegetation have been moved. This is almost certainly going to be where they have been. But like getting heavy things up there will be quite tough. Not impossible though.
So she'll just point to the cave and be like, "If they're anywhere, maybe they're in there. I don't see anything else."
I mean, we can check it out, see if there's evidence of people going into those caves and see what we find.
Are we sure Amador... We mentioned previously that he might be setting us up. Do we want to take some precautions before we go into something that has one way in and one way out?
Like what?
I don't know. Something?
We could set up an alarm, I guess? I know Asher did that before. Right? Would that work? I don't know how to spell works.
We could. The other option is we could, but I did not prepare that spell for today.
As an alternative, I could send Frog ahead of us and we would be far enough back, I imagine, that if something was spotted or heard, we could very quickly turn around, run out. Someone would have to grab me, though, if we had to leave that fast.
Hey,
Yeah. So to scout out on the actual into the actual cave from where you have to leave the cart, it's about a 1/4 mile distance. Nothing too bad, but basically what you'd have to do in this case is you'd have to send Frog out, wait for him to come back, and then get the information told to you by Frog. For a lookout, once you're inside the cave, you can basically just have Frog post up 100 feet out, and you can actively watch through their eyes.
How many
All I hear
roads?
is-
How many roads are coming up to the entrance? Is it just one road, basically?
It's not even really a road. It's like a ragged cliffside where people could maybe manage to scrabble their way up, but there's only enough room for people to do it.
It's a
But carts,
four-wheeler.
horses, no way.
It's a 4-wheeler path.
Yeah. So we could get the cart kind of off the path, hidden back a little bit. We could actually have Rizzy watch the path. And then that way we can use Frog to scout forward.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That way we
Because-
have eyes on behind in front of us.
Because Rizzy can message Asher.
That sounds probably like our best solution then.
Yeah. It'll be a
I
little bit
don't-
out, and but
Yeah. But I'd rather be prepared, and I'd rather not have the ability to see ahead of us a bit.
there has to be another way out, though, right?
Yeah, but we'd have to probably go down pretty deep.
Yeah, well, there's no guarantee, honestly, with caves. Some
Speaking
of them
as-
have.
Oh, go ahead, finish your thought.
Well, you are right. You are a cave dweller. You would know much better than me.
Actually, Drow, let me explain caves to you. Let the two Drows understand.
let me mansplain this to you for a moment.
I was talking as someone who's hidden in caves
You
for
mansplain?
several times in her life, but you've lived it out. I'll see.
My bad. You know,
My
genuinely
bad.
from the bottom of my heart.
From the bottom
My
of my
bad.
heart.
I only lived underground longer than all of you've been alive.
And I only came up above ground 3 weeks ago.
However, from what I understand about this country does have pretty extensive caves under it. From a mix of, the Drow society that lives under here and, the war efforts. So, it doesn't seem unlikely that there's another way out, but we don't know how far out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that going in with the mindset that there's only one exit, probably good.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't get
We
too.
just-
And if we
Coffee
find
there.
another exit, great.
We
The
just
mindset, M-I-N-E.
Mine.
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 Ow.
Mine.
Jill took off their headphones. Come back.
I feel like I've been on a roll the last couple days with these jokes.
Jill,
Not a
come
good thing.
back. Jill, come back. Jill.
Are you going to the bathroom or are you just leaving permanently? You didn't hear Jill said, I'm going to pet my cat. Hey, we can't hear you, Michelle.
That's weird. Okay.
I saw your lips moving, that's the only reason I knew you were talking.
That is okay. I think if we go in with our eyes open and everyone making sure and watching out for traps and stuff, because if this is a trick, there's probably traps. Because we think this is a trick. So if there's
Wait.
there could also be a scary monster down there because there was some.
Mhm.
this is at all like home, you guys are gonna.
There's some freaky shit down there.
All right.
That's
I
not
warn
what
you.
I had
I
any
warn
concerns
you.
about.
The monsters, the animals look very different down there.
And for that matter, now that we're discussing this, I usually prefer to stay in the back, but most of you guys don't have great dark vision. It's Fizzy and I.
It might actually behoove you to be in the back. Put Fizzy up at the front.
Well, that's what I mean. One of us needs to be front, one of
I'll
us
be
needs
in
to
the
be
front.
back.
That's okay. I'll be in the front.
Put Fizzy and Castella up front. Castella, I'm assuming, is very good at noticing traps and the like.
No,
Being-
she's not.
You're not?
That's why I was also suggesting I go in the front instead.
Oh,
Because I have a +8 to investigation, homie.
well,
What's Rot's investigation?
I can see in the dark though.
Yeah,
as
Kaz
well.
Kaz
so-
can see in the dark and is also an excellent combatant.
Hold on.
Mhm.
What is
Rot's
Rot's investigation? Rot's a
Is it Rot has-
+7.
So
Rot could also be in the front if you, because
Oh wait, my investigation's a +10. I'm sorry, I forgot our proficiency went up.
all right. So,
my perception's also good though.
I'm
Okay.
literally an investigator.
so
yes, but like,
here's what we do.
sorry.
Here's what we do. All right, we put Fizzy and Darius up front with Castella. Just because if there is a quick trap that needs to be disarmed for whatever reason, Castella, you are good at doing those types of things. I believe Darius is pretty good at them too. We could put myself and Granny towards the middle. And then we have Rotantana at the back.
Go in the back, actually.
You're gonna go in the back?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it because Rot won't be able to see?
No, Rot will be able to see.
Rot's looking through.
I thought I was looking
Oh,
through
right.
Frog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roth's-
Oh yeah, I'm
That's
definitely
what
going in the back
it
then.
All right.
Definitely going in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be next
good
to
catch,
Rot.
good catch.
When Rot's looking through Prague, they don't have a choice. They can't see.
Rot. No, it's fine. I can do it.
I
Don't worry about me. Keep on going, everyone.
So, marching order then.
Sending
Kaz-
Helen Keller into a dark room on their own.
No. So, marching order would be Kaz and Deus at the front, which is unusual. Granny and Ash are right behind them. Tana, Rot, Fizzy.
Let's flip Tana up to the front.
You want to
I
put Fizzy in the
should-
very back?
Because I don't have dark vision, I'd actually say perhaps I should be on Rot's shoulders. If something tries to attack from above, it will have to get through me first. Won't catch Rot by surprise.
Good idea.
Can you? That's you're gonna have a bunny on your shoulders.
If you feel Tana fall, wake up.
Wake up.
I'm here. I'll be right next to you guys. So it's fine. I'm right next to you, and I have very good dark vision.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would I be allowed to have some light in the middle of the group, or is that
No.
too-
I mean,
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
Yes, I'll go fuck myself.
I mean, Deus
Thank
will
you
literally,
very much. Have a nice day.
Deus will literally hold up a hand with dancing lights in her palm. I mean, yeah.
I have a light cantrip. She slaps her glove and it's like,
When did you? I don't know if I'm oblivious. When did you get that?
like 3 days ago.
All right. And that'll actually help
Still
Tana
enough.
see things as well. Perfect.
Yep, I
But
still have nothing except for a torch, which I'm not using because caves can be filled with gases.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dancing lights. I'll recharge it whenever you need.
I like the idea of visually Granny's light hand. It goes like, oh my god. Wow.
In fairness, she did only tell Rot that she could do it. but
That's
she
so
did
weird.
spellcast. She did spellcast last thing.
Okay.
And the light cantrip will be on her gun, not her glove. She'll throw it
So I
up.
know it's a bit odd moving around out placements like that, but it keeps Kaz at the front, so that way if we get ambushed, I don't immediately die. And it keeps Granny near the front as well to push forward.
It's an entirely fair point. Like I get it.
I don't like this setup because I don't like Deos being so close to the front, but she's the most logical person to have at the front with both the +10 and the dark vision.
Mhm.
That
If
makes
you
sense.
want, I mean, I know you have your own way of temporary hit points, but if you want to be prepared, you could have one of the treats for 3 temporary hit points. So if you get hit by surprise, it cuts
So-
into that first.
Also,
I
if
also-
anything pops up, like if a creature pops up, I can slap a shield of faith on you.
I also have Misty Step. I feel like that's
Yeah.
something we don't talk about a lot. I have Misty Step.
Yep.
You do.
That's-
We have lots of options.
Yeah.
We're well
You will
prepared
be
for.
I went down last fight. I'm allowed to.
provided nothing does like 60 damage to you at once, you'll be fine.
Oh, I should probably restore all my hit points.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
call.
Yes, you should.
So, you guys begin making your ways up a little bit closer to the actual cave itself. Rot, when do you want to actually, as I describe things, Rot, or Jill more accurately, just kind of raise your hand, give me a heads up when you want to officially say that you're going into Frog's Eyes. Yes, Michelle?
Because I just realized we're in a. I forgot I have a spell that can help us. I have find traps.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea at all. Drop the spell card, please.
Okay.
What's the nearest within
Yeah, it depends
range,
on
not
how-
how many.
Long it.
120 feet.
It's within line of sight. So save that for once you enter into the cave. That'd be the best time to use it.
Yeah. But yeah, I have find traps. I forgot I had that.
Perfect. Okay. You guys begin scrabbling your way up to the little cave itself. Asher, unfortunately, you do have to leave the cart a little ways away. It's about a quarter mile away from the opening of this cave. Let's put some better music on. There we go.
Leaving Rizzy with the instructions of keep an eye out, following instruction of if for some reason people like start encircling the cart or something like that and she needs to move the cart,
Move the cart.
she knows to move the cart.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
defend the cart.
You, Becca, why are you?
It was an accident that I noticed it happening.
She was lighting up her glasses with the
The
light.
ring light. Yep.
That's really scary.
Groovy, bruh. Remember when we were in Edible earlier?
Granny sure doesn't. Woo!
Granny don't know
This
where
is
the fuck
edible.
we are.
She
Um,
had to deal with being on a train for 2 days. Sorry.
You guys begin scrabbling your way up towards the cave mouth, about a quarter mile away from the cart itself. As you get up to the top of the cave, you can see that there definitely have been people who have been coming in and out of here. Signs of vegetation being moved, rocks that have been uplifted or moved aside. But most noticeably for Fizzy, out of everybody, there's scrape marks along the actual stone itself leading into the cave, where it looks like something heavy and made of metal actually scraped up against the stone.
Oh, okay. She'll like, as we like, Pat should like point that out to everyone in the group. There's like, maybe they brought in something big. I don't know.
Does it look like a tool made that mark?
It looks like tools were used to open up the cave opening itself a little bit more. The cave opening is small and fairly tight. A broad-shouldered, bigger man would be a little uncomfortable getting in. As it is right now, you guys can only go in a single file line, pressing yourself up against the cave walls.
How high are the ceilings?
The ceilings are decently high, and they look like they get a little bit taller once
thank
you
God.
once you go in.
I'm so tall.
It's not that it's a small cramped space, it's a thin space. So when something large and metallic was brought in, it scraped up against the walls and, cut away bits of stone, and then was actually expanded by someone with a pickaxe or what have you to allow for more room.
Okay.
But you can see with the light that's casting inward, you can see that it does expand a little bit more once the cave. It does open up a little bit more once once it goes in a few feet.
Once we're out of like the natural light from the cave opening,
Mm-hmm.
that's when Rod will do the thing.
Excellent.
Be seeing through Frog's eyes. Send him 100 people.
In that case,
Are we getting a map?
You're getting a map.
We're getting a map.
I forgot to put Frog on the map, by the way.
Well, that's on you.
It's
Yep.
a map. It's
First
a
of
map.
all,
It's a
map.
map. It's a
How
map.
dare you?
It's a map.
I'm the map. I watched a lot of Dora as a kid.
I didn't watch it as a kid, but I did
Oh,
watch it with
fucking
the kids I
needs.
took care of. But I worked in a
I fucking-
preschool.
I fucking
much-
hated watching Dora.
How dare you? Next, you're gonna tell me you didn't like Blue
I was gonna
Clues.
say something. I'm not gonna say it. 'cause
I like
it's
those.
me.
I would be more offended
Sounds
if
like
you
you're a
didn't like.
fucking cuck. What?
What I
Well,
was gonna say.
It
all I
was-
can-
It's because Dora was dumber than me.
Oh, that's fair. I didn't. As long as you didn't hate Blue's Clues, because my first husband was on that show.
Of course.
Right.
Bro, Dora was smarter than me. She's bilingual.
That's true.
I
said
don't think she was.
She knows more than I do.
She
I
likes
don't
men
think
and
she was
women?
dumber. I think that she severely needed glasses that she didn't have because she couldn't see or notice anything.
I
I just hit them with the dumbest joke possible, and I got them.
You broke them. They're dead.
I'm pleased with myself.
It's like that TikTok or that Vine that was like, I'm a lesbian. I thought you were American.
Oh, God. Thank you, Connor, for that.
That's good.
Yeah, no problem.
Funny.
Oh my God, that hit out of nowhere. My lungs itch now.
Okay, let's correct poor little Frog's vision a little bit.
Poor little frog.
This music reminds me of Mass Effect.
Yeah, kind of like walking through the Citadel.
Citadel or like menu music, you know, when you're on the galaxy table.
There we go. Okay, you should be able to move Rot, no, not Rot, Frog, and they will have some dark vision. Feel free to move as you wish. As you guys enter into the cave itself, you can see that the cave is lined with stalactites and stalagmites. But most notably of all, and all of you will be aware of this, the cave is wet. The ceilings drip with water, and some kind of algae or possibly some kind of a moss has begun to develop on the cave itself. The ground is slick with this moss and water mixture, and you can tell that someone definitely was in here, but you also see a absolute lack of vegetation in here, other than this moss and other material. There aren't any mushrooms. There aren't any plants. There's nothing else that looks like it's in here. While Frog here is moving around, Frog, or Rot looking through the eyes of Frog, will notice a faint smell of something like cooked meat.
My boy needs some better eyes.
His eyes broke.
His eyes are broken.
We can't see in front of him.
I
Oh,
can
no.
only see behind him. He's looking
Frog.
back. He's scared. He's nervous.
Frog, you dumb little bitch. Why don't you see no dark?
How
If
dare
you
you.
ever insult Frog again, I will cut off your toes, dude.
I don't
and
need
feed 'em
those.
to you.
What?
you literally need toes. They're for balance.
You'll
Yeah.
fall down if you don't have them.
I don't need those grippers.
You do. You need
Beg
those
to
dogs.
Give them the grippers.
Gotta
Connie,
have
you're
those
you're
grippers.
really not the most coordinated person.
I'm
No offense.
plenty coordinated. I'm just I have a
Not
higher
after-
constitution.
Your toes
No,
get
not,
cut off.
Not when it comes to using tools, at least.
Cut off 3
I'm
on
fine.
each foot. That way his balance is really off, but make sure they're not the same 3 toes.
Jill, you should have better vision now with Frog.
We can see somewhat.
Yeah, I can see in a little circle around him now. Okay.
Zeno says no, not the grippers.
So fair.
Frog will Rot.
Rot.
Will sort of relay as quietly as someone who can't see or hear can. They're like, meat smell. Cooked meat. Sorry.
Meat smell.
I also measured
Fizzy, you've cast find traps. You do not notice any traps in this area.
Okay. I can't cast it all the time because I only have like basically 3 uses of it. So.
Mhm.
But.
Frog, moving forward, with the limited dark vision they have, you finally see that there does appear to be a shack. Looks like it's been built inside of this little cave. It doesn't appear to be the best shape, but it looks like a structure that would keep someone safe and relatively warm, given any certain environments they may be stuck in. It's not great, but it's enough. You can also note that this shack appears to be also covered in moss and algae.
Rot is, again, as quietly as someone who can't hear can, is relaying all this very quickly and very nervously, like, there's a shack and then it's algae covered. It's.
If you move forward 1 square, you can actually go into the teleport square to enter into the building if you'd like, Jill.
Building.
Asher is
Let's-
moving up very quietly.
I was like,
Okay.
let's move the characters some so that way Rot doesn't lose.
You guys may
vision
do so. It's up to you.
of-
Yep.
That way you have a little bit more room to work around in this hut. Because now instead of
Thought you were fully about to drag Rot all the way up to where Frog was. I'm like,
yeah,
no.
you have a good chunk more.
Yeah, you got more. You got plenty of range. You're good.
Cool.
Oh, I can see Rot. I can see Rot and fucking Frog.
There you go. It's like, I'm not gonna help you here.
Too.
I can see Frog from where I'm standing in full color.
Me too.
Giles.
The baby is going in.
Ah,
Rot. Frog moves their way inside of the building by squeezing their way under the very open gap on the bottom of the door. Inside, you find what looks to be a room with several wooden dividers that are separating off sections of the room. You can see at the center, there is one cot with what appears to be a cupboard or a cabinet just to the right of it from your perspective. One of the wooden dividers separates one half of the cabinet from the other half. If Rot or Frog is to squirrel their way under the dividers, then they can see on the other side there is another cot, and on the left-hand side, all on their own, is a third.
first of all, it can't be squirrel away because Frog is a weasel, not a.
Weasel their way in.
Put that hand down. Keep that hand down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
You still have to go out to eat with me after
know.
this.
There's no people or anything like immediately of interest in here. It's just
No one,
like,
no one's
cots.
home. Just cots, a couple of cupboards. You can roll a perception check as Frog if you'd like.
I'm debating if I want to because I feel like right now we're doing like,
A preliminary.
yeah, trying to like immediately find what is, if there is any danger, and I don't really want to take the time right now as Frog to be like, oh, what's in the cabinet? Oh wow, it's like some potato chips. That's crazy. Anyway, like, you know, we'll come back to the little cabin if worst comes to worst.
Okay.
So, Frog,
Back up the door.
where am
Go.
I? Put my boy right here.
Oh. Oh.
I've revealed something.
Oh, we can see something.
Interesting.
Connor?
Frog, up ahead, you can notice the dim, dull red glow of something. It's coming out of what looks to be some kind of a brassy contraption built into the floor, and it pulses ever so slightly with this dull red-orange light. But you can also find the source of the smell. You find two bodies that are on the ground. One appears to be ill held together. It looks like a chunk of their upper body has effectively been blown away, while the other body, now currently hidden in the dark from where you're currently looking, appear to be together, but they're on the floor.
Rod is talking through this, going, oh, Granny, don't look. Oh, it's ripped in half. Oh, and it's cooking. Oh, that smell is pursing me. Oh. I don't see anyone currently alive, so that's something.
I'll give you back mouse. Okay.
We only have one mouse, so please be patient with us.
Yes.
Only one person can operate the boundary at a time. Well, I guess it's just a little familiar. He'll be okay. Let me measure actually to make sure I'm not overstepping my bounds here. I really don't want to be like, oh, what's over here, and then be 700 feet away. 40, 15. Yeah, I should be okay with another 20. Cool. Cool. Okay. So there's still nobody currently alive.
None that you're immediately seeing.
Okay. Rot will relay that and be like, there's doesn't seem to be any immediate danger besides the big glowing murder machine.
In that case,
Connor
Mm-hmm.
is going to start ritually casting Lesser Blood Sight. Since it will take 10 minutes, then we might have already seen everywhere before it goes off, but...
Okay. You may do so.
Yep. Just for when you determine it's been long enough.
I will notify you. You guys may move your tokens if you wish.
I was waiting for other people to move before I move forward.
Mhm.
Oh, yep, I can see the dead bodies from here. Horrifying.
I'm going to be moving when Rot does. Because...
Watch.
It won't let
Guiding
me
rot,
move.
so
It's there we go.
There we go.
It's delayed.
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Where'd Kaz go? Who stepped on Kaz?
Sorry.
It's taking a little bit of. I can't move.
There's a little bit of input lag on the movement.
It's just very funny. I went,
Okay.
where'd Kaz go?
Just to state this, because it hasn't been stated yet, I don't think we are all moving up there quietly.
You
Oh,
may
and my
roll-
gun is drawn.
You may roll stealth checks.
Do we want to do Pass Without a Trace?
I don't think we need to just yet. I would rather you save it personally.
Same.
Just quiet seems to be the play right now.
Yeah.
If you're typing in chat, remember out of character.
So, I imagine if I'm rolling stealth as Rot, I would have some sort of disadvantage. Yeah.
You can't see. It's gonna be hard to be sneaky.
Uh-huh.
That's okay. I rolled a 7.
Hell yeah.
You rolled
Damn,
higher than.
I'm stealthy as fuck, boy.
To be fair, Deus did just see dead bodies, and she's got that look on her face like, oh,
Give me
a crime? A crime.
Ooh, a mystery.
Yeah.
Something to investigate.
Literally, like, you see Deus inching up and looking behind her to see if anyone's following.
Asher is following. While this is going, as Asher is approaching, I don't know if this is going to change anything for Asher specifically, but Asher is looking up as well. Because if there's one mechanism, there's probably more mechanisms and stuff like that.
Okay, perception check, please.
Okay.
Also, I have bad news. I rolled a nat 1 on my stealth check.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dang.
Asher, what'd you get for stealth? by the way?
Stealth was a total of 15.
Jolly,
If only I
what
could
did Kaz
fit
get?
one more.
10 plus 10, so dirty 20.
Got it. What did you get, Fizzy?
22.
22. Granny, you got a natural 1.
No, 21.
Darius?
I'm sorry. Math. I'm
Okay.
bad.
21. Darius,
21.
you got a 7.
7.
Rot, you got a 14 despite your disadvantage.
I like
And-
to imagine that it's Tana piloting Rot like Ratatouille.
Oh, you don't even feel Tana. You're so stealthy.
And Tana got a 26. As you all are beginning to make your way forward, closer and closer to the scene up ahead, you will hear it shit as Granny slips on the wet floor, and you hear their firearm clatter onto the ground.
Yeah, fuck. My bad.
Careful with that. Wet gunpowder doesn't work.
You don't think I know that?
They're
I know
bullets,
you
not black powder.
I know, but I still have to make the joke.
From the bottom of my heart.
15 on perception
My
from
bad.
Asher.
15 on perception from Asher.
Mhm.
Okay. Asher, with a 15 on perception, you would see that there is something up there as well. It looks like almost like some kind of a piston or a rod, but you can't really see it all that well. It is a little ways up on the ceiling itself.
Darius? It's just going to point right to wherever it is. Because Darius has better dark vision.
What is it?
Perception check as well.
Hold on. Art's investigating.
I just move around as Frog. Just do a little walk around.
Do I get advantage since what I needed to look at was pointed out to me?
It's a lot easier now.
It's a good damn thing.
Yeah, that one was the first roll.
Thanks, Asher. Dirty 20.
Gotcha. So, Darius, as you make your way in, you kind of peer up to where Asher's pointing. You would see that it is some kind of a rod, definitely. And you can see why it was so hard to discern immediately for Asher. It's because the rod itself has been coated with gore. And pinned to the ceiling is a third person where the rod has driven through them and pinned them to the ceiling.
Granny, don't look up. Whatever we're dealing with is either really strong or really big or both.
It looks like something exploded.
It's a person.
No, I mean something exploded to do this.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
What?
All right. Should we check out this hut real quick before we continue forward? Just to get an idea of what it was that was going on here, maybe.
Suppose so. There might be some notes in there or something.
All right. Asher is going to. Where the fuck do I have to? There we go.
Take you to the bottom.
Yep.
Hmm.
Asher's.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, Asher's just gonna do
Right.
some investigation.
Oh no, my light source.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
I'll be back soon.
I'm effectively being guided by Fizzy. Since I'm on bad shoulders.
Grant, you said you were coming in and helping Asher.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
helping, and because I'm like waving the light around.
That's actually perfect because I rolled that one on the first one.
Frog,
Oh.
Frog has hidden themselves in the corner.
I was investigating. Places that only a ferret can investigate.
Okay.
Sneef.
Dirty 20 from Asher for the inside.
Investigation.
Yep.
Both of us rolled a nat 1 and got a dirty 20 as our second.
Hey.
Alrighty. So Asher, you are investigating the inside of the hut.
Mm-hmm.
Get that out of there. And let's change up these tunes a little bit.
Tunes.
Tunes.
I'm listening to my tunes.
I'm listening. It's Ghost, actually.
It is Ghost. The window rolls open.
Granny is the mom from Big Hero 6. Just like rolls up the window. Death metal.
Is it
Did
Big
you-
Hero 6?
It's not
No,
Big
that
Hero.
was
Monsters University,
yeah.
actually.
Is it Monsters?
Yep.
No, I thought Big Hero 6 had a similar scene with the like mom in the van.
No,
No.
because most of them are adults who can drive.
Yeah.
And it's Aunt Kaz, actually.
Yeah.
Aunt Kaz. Yeah. well, okay.
Actually,
Monsters University. Just listening to my tunes.
Asher,
Yes.
with a dirty 20, peering through, you'd see that this looks like the building was lived in by 3 people. You can see that they sectioned off the room, most likely for privacy. And peering underneath a few of the cots, you could find that there are 2 journals present.
Okay.
The cabinet, or cupboard, whatever you'd like to refer to it, is just being used as general storage for basically anything and everything that they have present in here.
Okay.
Clothing, some food stuffs, and some notes you can see as well.
Okay. Asher is going to hand some of the notes to Granny. For the 2 journals, Asher is going to go to the last entry in all of them. And then maybe skim back a couple. This is it really just looking for a quick, did they expect anything going wrong? What is it that was happening right before clearly everything went to shit?
Got it. Journal 1 appears to be written by an individual by the name of Fulcher Tyree.
Okay.
I'll write that down.
Thank you.
And the last page will read out. Alex is being a real cunt about things now. Tried telling him again and again that the current setup is not going to work out properly, and at this point it's just plain old risky. He says that it's going to work out well, but it's going to be better for making power. Bullshit. His idea is going to cause an explosion, and it's going to be a fucking bomb. We can't bring this to the boss. The second journal is written by one Alex Callista.
Okay.
And his reads out, Dear Diary, me and Edita have had another moment. I think that it may get in the way of our research, but I really do think that I'm quite happy with them. When this is all done, maybe we'll go somewhere, have a nice meal, a trip. We'll see.
Asher will have a brief flow moment, but that one, and then we're gonna go back 1 or 2. Is there any mention about what this was that was creating power, or what they were trying to do? Again,
In the
just
journals-
kind of skimming for that specifically.
In the journals themselves, it appears to be a majority of personal notes, personal information.
Got it.
Yeah,
if it's just that after 1, 2, Asher will put him in his bag, and then go to the notes and help Granny kind of search through the notes if we can find anything specific. But we'll, in order, especially for time, we'll read those as we're walking out, because that's probably all there really is here.
The notes themselves appear to be much more clinical and researcher-like.
Okay.
A majority of them are authored by one Edita Mariette.
Okay.
And they appear to be notes on general output of electricity being put out by a machine. As well as other information that is being logged, namely water consumption and steam production.
Okay. So they were building some sort of steam engine, it sounds like. Okay. All right. All right. So those, especially that you know what you were looking for, it's especially if there's an explosion, it looks like they were building some sort of steam engine or something. I'm going to have a look around at these mechanism just to see if I can make sense of what it is that they were trying to do here.
Yeah. Be extra careful. You don't know if it's still got like pressure in it or something.
You might want to use a non-real hand.
Probably a good idea. Asher's just gonna start. Actually, I'll tell you what. Asher's gonna avoid the whole plate itself, walking around. Obviously, I'm not gonna mimic that with the movement. But gonna start kind of over here with the gears and just to kind of see what the hell this all looks like.
This will be a general intelligence check.
Just in general intelligence check. Okay.
Plain old intelligence. That's all it's got to be.
Oh, sweet. That's okay. A natural one.
Oh boy. Okay. Fizzy. Don't forget to move your token, by the way.
Sorry.
No, just a heads up, dude.
Yeah. I'm here.
Quick reference, Darius is starting to get on that pedestal to see. So on the machine's golden bit.
Gotcha. Asher, you're kind of trying to take in the entire situation because really the only thing that you can help think of is last time you screwed up, and you realize how badly that could have gone, especially now that you're sitting here looking at this.
If they did this with just steam.
Darius, what specifically are you investigating? The center of the pedestal, the actual gears? What is it, out of curiosity?
I'm checking over the pedestal, you know, where the dead body is.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know enough about the actual machinery parts, but she's going to look at everything around what she thinks they were working on.
Okay. Darius, a lot of the machinery appears to be made of brass. You can see a slight patina beginning to build on them. You can roll an investigation check if you'd like. And actually, if there are any other rolls or movement, I almost said attacks, or actions that would like to be taken by anybody else here, feel free to pipe up.
Attacks, I punch something.
Punch Rot in the back of the head.
Fucking donkey punch Rot in the back of the head.
I want to Jaeger Rot over to the dead body.
God.
Well, plus we're moving forward.
That's rough,
So
buddy.
moving forward, buddy.
That's
The
so
two-
infuriating as someone with a +10.
The two best people at investigating, Nat one.
Little distracted at the moment.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Jace,
Mm-hmm.
we need to quit rolling the same.
Seriously, this has got to stop.
You guys will... anyone who is not paying all that much attention to what's happening over by the dais or the pedestal or whatever you'd like to call it, will be surprised by the noise of someone going, "Huh!" and then a ping as Darius slips on the slick metal and then cracks the back of her head off of the brass.
He's just gonna lay there for a minute.
Okay. Oh my god. Can I?
Oh, taking 8 points of damage. That's really bad.
Yeah, especially considering you've seen how much hit points I have.
Yeah.
Can
Fucking
I?
cracked her skull on that one.
I
Damn.
told you to have us back first.
Um,
All right. Just a moment. Clearly, we need to regroup.
Is
Okay.
What the fuck?
All right.
All right.
Fizzy was saying something.
Never mind.
Okay.
If I have the time to, I would like to ritually cast detect magic.
You may start doing so. It'll take 10 minutes. Cody, your at this point the ritual you are doing has passed. You do not detect any life forms here,
All right.
save for you all, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
With Granny doing that, I'm going to ritually cast Identify on the plate.
You'll be doing that, Fizzy.
It is highly unusual there is no life here, correct?
That's
I would
weird.
know this.
Definitely.
That's weird to me, right?
Yeah.
Trying to see if I can figure out. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way to see if they left or if they were forced out or like what if there's any way to tell what caused there being no life forms here.
Okay, that would be, I'd say, probably survival, because you're trying to do like you're trying to figure out things like what happened here,
Yes.
but in a more of a naturey sense. So I'll allow that. While Fizzy's doing that, so Asher and Granny are occupied. Fizzy is looking at things. So Kaz, anything you want to do?
Check the body.
Okay, I'll let you check over the bodies. You can roll investigation.
Loot.
Okay.
And
Loot. 16
16. Okay.
plus. Oh yeah, it's a flat 0. So, yeah, 16 just in
Okay.
total.
So looking over the body, you can see they don't have a whole lot of notes on them, but they do have a few interesting things. Namely, they have one pen, like a nice fountain pen, that appears to be in really good shape given the rest of the body's condition. The body is cooked. There's no other way of putting it. They have been cooked.
Like burnt or
no,
just...
not like burnt, but you can tell that their body has been steamed is the best way of putting it.
Boiled.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the pen itself is in near perfect shape, completely untouched.
Magic pen.
You can also notice that they have no real money on their person currently, but they do have something odd on their person. It looks almost like a brass pin. It's like about 6 inches long, but it's got these odd notches and grooves on it. You're not really sure what that is.
No, I'll take it.
Tough.
She's kleptomaniac. She doesn't know what she's
fair
saying.
enough.
She's like, okay.
is,
I will move the body so Granny doesn't see
I'll
it.
be fine from
if
over
that-
here, don't worry.
is the pin on a string?
The pin is on a length of wire, about a foot long,
On a
like a
wire?
cable, effectively.
I
Like
might know
like-
what that
Is it a-
is.
Um,
Out of character, not in character.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Fizzy, looking around, you would see that it's not that they left, it's that the ones that were here died pretty suddenly. Because looking around, you actually find, like, hidden into a couple of small crevices and into what looked to be like a mouse nest and what have you. You find them. You find the mice and other small creatures that were living in the cave. They've been cooked, effectively.
Tis, I think it was very hot gas or steam or something hot. Maybe. Because it looks like the animals got it too.
Hmm.
Hunter, I don't
Yes.
know. Fizzy is not. I don't know if she's necessarily smart enough for this. But does it look like a? This is gonna sound really weird. Does it look kind of like the big plate? Does it look like the top of a pot, like the lid of a pot?
You know, thinking of it like that, it may resemble it a bit like a pot to you. That would be the closest visually that you could compare it to.
Huh. All right.
Darius and Rot. Anything you two would like to do?
I'm kind of stuck in a ferret.
You can leave the
No.
ferret.
Yeah, but I like being in a ferret.
Okay.
He's cute, and I never get to see him. He's always here, so I'm not leaving him.
Status. Enjoy ferret. Yes, Darius.
Like it.
I'm gonna slap some private eyes on.
Private eyes. Okay.
Don't
So
slap your
you get,
eyes. That's how you get a bruise on your eye.
I'm already bruised.
On your eye. That's how you get a bruise.
so you want to see any missing details that you may not have seen initially.
Fine details you may have missed, including if you had failed an investigation roll.
Which is everything, every detail.
Sorry, buddy. So, Private Eyes will reveal to you that it looks like the actual it looks like Fizzy was on the right track. The actual brass component is a lid, for lack of a better term. And looking down into the opening here, because this is actually a hole, you can see that there is effectively like a drop, where it is effectively like a brass tank. And inside there is a dull, glowing orange-red crystal.
Is that all there is in the thing?
That's all there is inside of it. But it does also look like this lid can be lifted off. It's just really fucking heavy. Yes?
How big is the hole?
How big is the hole?
Yeah.
Probably about a foot in diameter.
Have you ever seen like pictures of the aftermath of people who like fucked up their pressure cookers?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just no reason.
Yeah.
For thought.
Just a thought.
What happens? Deus does slowly turn to look at Frog, and then looks at the hole.
Frog, the ferret, looks at you, looks back at Run, looks back at the hole, and you see his little ferret shoulders go. And goes over to the hole and hops in.
Okay.
Well, no, wait. How far of a drop down is it before I?
Couple feet. It's not that
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Then
I didn't
how-
want you to tell us it's like 100-foot drop, and I just killed the ferret.
You're like, get in the pit.
Could I
Ferret,
do
get in the
something
hole.
before Frog goes in the hole?
Sure. In
Like,
the
kind
hole.
of go over to it, and because there's a weird crystal there, I'd like to use Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay, that's actually a fair thing to do. No poison, no disease. It will not hurt. It does not look like it will poison or disease
It's not.
Frog by touching it.
It's not poisonous. It's not a biohazard. It's not radioactive.
No.
All right.
Frog should be okay to touch it without getting poisoned or diseased.
Okay.
No biological danger there, but it might still burn him.
We'll see. Frog, who is now, I assume, in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
is
Frog,
gonna... Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, go
Frog climbs inside of this little brass tank. And what Frog will notice is that it is pleasantly warm inside of here. It's honestly, you'd estimate the temperature to be like maybe something like 90 degrees inside of there. It's quite comfortable. And getting closer and closer to this bright red stone, which is about the size of Frog's body. It's definitely putting out heat. It's quite warm, but you won't call it dangerously so. Sure, if you leave it on your bare skin for quite a while, it might hurt at that point. But handling it with your hand for a minute or two wouldn't be too bad, you don't think?
I'm gonna move my boy. He's okay. Here's how I'm gonna make sense of how Rot gets over there without being able to see, because Rot is still looking through Frog's eyes. Okay, Rot has not left the ferret. Rot is in the ferret still.
Okay.
I can't make sense of it. Rod is no longer looking through the ferret. So Rod's out now. I was really gonna try. I was, but then I realized I can't. So Rod's gonna sit here and is gonna lean down into the pot, and since there's nothing besides the crystal in there, you said?
You will see that Frog has curled themselves up along the crevices of the crystal and is just kind of like resting on it.
Rod is gonna hold a hand down towards Frog and wiggle his fingers like, come on. Come back. Come on.
Frog does that thing that like ferrets do where they kind of like lean their upper body up a little bit, like that snake body, and then just kind of bring it back down and nestles back onto the stone.
Lost my ferret. I've lost him. It's gone.
Can't you just dismiss him?
No.
You have a reach weapon that doesn't have a point on one end. You could just.
You all will hear Kaz go, "This is degrading."
Sorry, it won't come out. What else am I supposed to do?
Lift the lid.
I can fetch down in there.
You, after some cajoling and jabbing with the butt end of Kaz, you will get Frog to climb back out.
Never do that to me, please. I'd be scared half to death. I thought I lost you to a crystal. Hot crystal. Crystal's hot, by the way.
Really? And Jess is gonna reach into her pocket and pull out just like a little bit of the pouch of water that she would carry. And she's gonna look around at everyone and go, maybe everyone else take like a step back just in case.
Let's open it up first. You don't want a bunch of steam under pressure. I know it's really bad from cooking. That's how you get an explosion.
Is there any pressure in it right now? There's a giant open hole.
Doesn't look like there's any pressure in it, but I can understand why. I can understand why Tana would be like, wait.
He's the one who cooks and deals with.
Do you know how to open it?
Can I attempt to, considering it's kind of like a giant pot as Fizzy put it?
If you give
You
me
can certainly
just
give it a
a
shot.
moment, I'm working on that.
At about this point, Granny's detect magic will finish up, and Asher, what were you casting again? Investigate. That's it. Identify. That was the word.
Identify.
First and foremost, Granny, your detect magic will reveal one magic source primarily in this location. It is the crystal. The crystal has a form of magic to it. It is effectively evocation. Second, Asher. Identification on the plate itself reveals not very much, but since I don't want you to waste that spell, that would suck.
Yep.
You will note that the crystal in here is a refined. Actually, no. Before I start saying that things, roll identify. Roll investigate. I keep mixing up words.
That's okay. That's a 25 plus 10 for 35.
Jesus, stage diving Christ.
Yep, that's what happens when you cast investigation.
Also, I love being able to like tier information got from magic items now. I love it. It's so nice. It also means that like non-magic people can try to use investigation on a magic item and try to figure it out, but like identify really helps. So the crystal appears to be a refined fire crystal. It is something that would be from the elemental plane of fire, but this has been heavily processed and heavily refined into a different version of it. The way it works is it naturally puts out heat. If you keep it on your person in cold weather environments, it will actually keep you warm. So you won't have to worry about cold weather effects. But it can also be used in conjunction with things like water. According to how much water it is immersed in, will change how hot it gets. You put it in a pot of water, it'll get fairly hot enough to boil it. You put it in a larger contents of water, it could get extremely hot. You don't want to think of what would happen if you tried to put it in, say, the ocean.
Mm-hmm. No, Asher is exactly thinking of what would happen if that happened.
Yeah, I was like, you just
Yeah.
said something. To
It would be
Global warming in like 2 days.
it would be catastrophic. Like this is actually you would realize, Asher. You realize pretty quickly, Asher, that if this was to get into a larger source of water, it would actually be pretty catastrophic. Both through the temperature the rock would reach and because of how much the water would boil and steam away. It could be incredibly dangerous.
All right. Okay. So based off of that and kind of the plate, is there any idea of like, because it looks like this was driving something. Does it look like the top of this drives that gear?
It looks like that piston that's now holding that man in place was part of the loading mechanism for that stone and part of how it moved the gears.
All right.
So the steam drove the gears, allowed it to move, which made an electrical current. It's basic electricity.
All right. There's, if you want to, you can go ahead and pour out whatever water you want on that. It's not going to work without the piston that is up there.
Aw.
Wait.
Can I
But thankfully,
touch it?
thankfully you know that it's also in its current state, unless you dunk it in a bucket of water, it's not gonna hurt you. You can grab it with your hand.
I'm going to grab it, hold it for a minute, and look at Kaz and go, catch! And toss it to
Well,
Kaz.
Is a 13 intelligence enough to open up the lid of it?
So I will tell you guys all right now, because you guys seem to have all pieced it together. The lid can be opened and removed. It's basically got like a catch on it, and you guys can open it up.
Okay.
So Darius, you can retrieve it. Kaz, you have a warm stone tossed at you. I would say it's like about the size of an orange, but a little jagged and crystalline.
I have Ruben just like look at it a little.
Ruben climbs onto it.
I'm gonna tell.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell Ruben, do not lick it, or you won't be getting any more fruit.
Ruben puts his tongue away.
I didn't say why he wouldn't be getting any more fruit, but
Anna,
Yes.
can I ask a weird question?
Yes.
Does the container smell funny?
Does the container smell funny?
Yeah.
Funny how?
Like they weren't using water on the crystal. They were using a different fluid.
Did they pee on the crystal?
Piss.
Piss.
This
We're
is
gonna coat
why.
the stone in our piss.
This is why you don't pee on the rocks in the sauna.
What are you
Imagine
gonna
if you
do? Just
dunked
let
it
him dehydrate to death? You're not gonna pee on him?
Imagine if
Let
you
him fucking
dunked
die?
it in liquid nitrogen.
Well, I want to point out when I said that, Connor smiled behind his hand.
It's a very smart question, and I will have you roll an alchemy tools check.
I also don't have a button for that.
God damn it! Fuck your sheet. That's Kaz's sheet, not your sheet. Get out of here, Kaz. No,
Wait,
that's not what.
My
No, stay
my
here.
alchemy. Hold on, my alchemy tool's not in my inventory. That's why I don't have a button.
Where's it in your inventory?
Because I got it later at level 4 and I forgot to put it
That
in.
makes sense. Hold on. Let me handle it. While I handle that for you, Darius, anybody else have any questions or things they would like to do in the meantime while I handle this? Fuck's sake.
I don't know.
Could I try to
Is it-
clear
okay.
away? You go
Go.
first.
I was just to say, it's just a weird, like, simple thought, I guess. It is hot, a pot or a thing. Is it possible they just filled that shit up with water and just threw in the thing and then it exploded?
Unlikely, because the way the stone was put into it.
I really
Okay.
think it was they were making a pressure cooker and the design was faulty and it.
Mhm.
I mean, it does look like a pressure cooker hot top, so yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
Yeah, I just I don't think pressure cookers exist
Well,
yet, so I can't say that in
They
character. But
No,
they
pressure
do-
cookers is a very old concept.
I have no idea how
Pressure-
old they are.
Pressure cookers 100% exist. You can say that in character.
It's like a pressure cooker.
Established by Tana and Fizzy.
I don't know.
Can I clear some of the
think they
moss
explain
and
it.
algae off of this to see where this is going? Because if it was meant to power something, what is the thing it's meant to power?
That's fair.
Rot, could you, when you have a moment, go ahead and touch this mechanism just to see how old this is.
For sure. Yeah.
By the way,
Alchemy.
while you're doing that, by the way, Darius, you should have the tool in your inventory now. Rot. It looks like the metal itself is about a year old. The surface of the stone where it was embedded into, that was affected more recently. A matter of probably about a season.
Rob,
That
who
looks
laid
weird.
this?
It won't let me click the button. It
Bitch.
told me no. It said,
Listen,
fuck off.
listen here,
What?
alchemy tools. You little
I just
fucking-
realized I can make you perfume instead of making you buy it.
Listen here, alchemy tools. You little bitch. Got
Also, if there was a magic used on it, I know the last magic used on the machinery.
there was no magic used on the machinery. I will allow Rot and Tana to make investigation checks, though, for something.
Investigate.
Investigation.
16 plus 1, 17.
Okay.
Bad.
It was a 10. It's not too bad, though.
All of my investigation rolls tonight have been shit.
I'll turn around at some point.
Mm-hmm. Also, Darius, just do me a favor. Roll a d20 plus 8. I'll adjust your alchemist supplies in a bit because I don't know why the fuck it's acting up like that.
Oh, fuck.
Rot, with you looking at the stone that's been driven into, Tana kind of moves up to it and starts poking around a little bit. And between the two of you, you kind of start to realize something. The stone itself here is pretty weak. And it almost certainly does have a somewhat hollow area behind it. Maybe not intentionally, though. There might just be another cave it's butting up against.
I think we could break this. I think we should smash this.
Break
Wanna
shit.
Break it. There's something back there. Whether it be another cave or something crazy.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Disrespect your
Disrespect your surroundings.
But Asher, you can see that through other things that I didn't put on the map because it's a lot of work to try and make like fancy not real pseudoscience gadgets. There is basically a spot where they were measuring the electrical output. It's not going to anywhere behind it. It's just where they drove the materials in so that they could test it.
Okay.
Can I punch rock?
Can you punch rock? Sure.
That
Sure,
was a
you
few
can.
letters
mean-
off of a very mean sentence.
No!
Can I punch Rot?
I mean,
I for a second thought that was where it was going, and I was very confused.
I mean, specifically punching because it's weaker and it's the most control that Tana can get out of it.
I will let you punch rock.
So,
I will also have Granny and Fizzy please roll me perception checks.
And I, never mind. I was gonna guidance, but never mind.
No. This is in reaction to something. You would not have the opportunity.
No. That's fine. That's why I said
Yeah.
no. That's why I stopped myself.
23 to hit and 7 damage to rock.
Okay. Tana, with one good crack, you punch the rock. You'll notice it does start to crack a little bit. It looks like with some pummeling, you could definitely knock this wall down. Fizzy and Granny,
14.
14, 17 and 14. Okay, I will message you both.
Cool.
Eye emojis.
The rest of you speak amongst yourselves.
I should still have detect poison and disease active for a while.
Does that mean you
Yeah,
can detect the
detect magic.
poison on me?
Detect
Yes.
magic is still up as well, because that's a constant for like 10 minutes.
I can
Theirs
detect the
is just-
poisons on you.
Theirs is just glowing.
I only have one on me right now.
It's like, and that's your newly made.
That's the rat poison.
Do you think in a modern campaign, detect poison would detect a very toxic person? Like, I'm casting it with my brain right now, and then you look and like your petty friend is like just bright glowing. and it's like,
Every Overwatch lobby is a fucking beacon.
Cream?
Every World of Warcraft raid group.
That's a joke for the two WoW players here.
Don't worry. It's every mentor in Final Fantasy. That's a joke for the
No.
Final Fantasy players.
Oh, it's sad. The internet's toxic.
And about 50% of the samurai players.
Yeah.
50.
Part of the 50% that isn't toxic.
But not the Hrothgar.
Not
Not
Hrothgar.
Hrothgar.
Every Hrothgar is good.
Never met a mean Hrothgar, and I don't want to start.
Now I'm thinking about 2 Chains again.
Jax!
The greatest player to ever exist.
A legend.
The legend.
The legend to us.
Some would even say the ultimate legend.
Don't you dare
Perfect
associate
legend,
him
personally.
with those monstrous toxic titles.
Oh.
That's never a good sign.
Did the body fall from the ceiling? Is that what
Ew.
happened?
Did Rizzy see anything? Will the message even work?
Rizzy was told to message if anything was happening at the cart.
No, I thought she was watching the cave entrance.
She was watching like around the cart and the cave entrance.
That was the whole point of leaving her to watch.
Oh, in that
Choose
case,
our
my mistake.
eyes.
What is Rizzy's role for that?
That's a good damn question, ain't it?
Fuck.
It's a natural 20,
I-
whatever it is.
Jace, we need to stat Rizzy. We'll talk about that later.
Yep. Because
For right now,
boy, that's a conversation.
yeah.
Hold on, let
I'll
me
just-
look
I'll just
something up
roll
real
a flat
quick.
d20.
All right.
Frog rolled it.
Frog rolled it.
Frog rolled. Damn frog.
Frog rolled.
In that case, I will correct myself slightly. Asher, you will hear a faint, kind of broken up message from Rizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Entrance.
As this is happening, Fizzy is gonna start like make her way. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I'm clicking on the Twitch video and
Why does it keep pausing?
What's going on?
Why am I doing? I'm dumb. It's fine. I'm not dumb. I'm just
Why can't I move
Lost
the
in the
map?
sauce.
lost in the sauce. So like Fizzy's gonna literally start start sort of, because I can see pretty in the dark. So she's gonna see if she can go to where she
Make a
can
stealth
see-
check, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back because I still have the light, but
There's
Can I do guidance for this one because I know what I'm doing?
Yes.
Like I'm okay.
there's
Jace.
something going on at the entrance. You're
So
safe.
17 total.
we heard something. Everyone quiet. Fizzy's gonna look.
So I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, so she's just gonna see if she can see the entrance, cause like I technically can see the entrance from here.
That will work. Don't expect a token because I don't have one ready.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fizzy, as you kind of. Also, what was your stealth check?
17.
17. Okay. As you peer around the stone, you will see that there is something forcing its way through the thin entrance of the cave. It's not humanoid. It is not a creature you immediately recognize. It is something else. It is, I would say, about a good 8 foot tall. It has begun to force its way through the entrance of the cave horizontally, positioning the top of its body inward. And from there, you see a perfect look at its head, which is almost like this 6-lobed, almost like a flower-like appearance on the very top of where a head would be. But it's not a petal or flowers. It is flesh. An awful pinkish brown colored flesh that is slick with some kind of goo. And on the top of the head, you can see there are these bright orange like bulbs that glow dimly. And coming out from the very center are these little tendrils that wrap and twist around a little bit. And it finally pushes its way all the way into the cave and staggers slightly on 3 legs, and you hear it. And then you watch as this crease in the center of its chest opens up, and then these tendrils begin to just worm their way out, and you watch that they start to worm out in their dozens. And they just start to spread out around this cave and around the stalactites. And they just kind of start moving in these random flowing directions, up and down, left and right. And Fizzy, you see this.
I don't like it. I already know I don't like it.
I'm gonna tell you now, you're definitely not gonna like it.
I had someone do art for me.
Yeah, I was like, is this what you had Jill do?
It's
One
like
of the many
Scouts.
things.
It's like the Scouts from GTFO.
Michelle, I have shown it to you.
You haven't shown it to me?
I have just shown it to you.
Please, for the love of God, pay very close attention to the drippies. I worked very hard on that.
What the fuck, Connor? What is your brain?
It's how I work.
I hate that not only Connor thought of it, but that you conveyed it well enough that Connor used
It's
it.
drippies.
Watching the light Michelle's computer screen flashed and it just immediately recorded.
Immediate. Ah!
Oh god.
Asher is stealthing up to where Fizzy is.
Yeah, but you won't be able to see it because it's like I think it's a little far out of your eyesight.
It
to be
would
fair.
actually. It's even worse for Asher because there is light coming in because it's morning. So Asher will see this thing fucking backlit.
Oh no!
Oh,
All right. Yep. So we're gonna get right back up here.
Stealth check, buddy.
All right.
As I said, it's Cthulhu shit. It's Cthulhu shit in the cave time.
That
You
is
always gotta have at least one.
perfect. Okay, good.
What?
Good.
At least.
The dark
Minimum.
young.
14.
Minimum.
14. Okay, you'll be able to spot it.
Okay.
Jace,
Yeah.
with a faint green tint to it, you will see this.
Oh, that's cool.
We're two different type of people, Jace.
I like that.
As Asher is a native to Ekes, at least the above ground of Ekes.
Yeah.
I will allow you a nature check.
Okay. Fuck yeah. That's a natural 20. Plus
Hey!
4 for 24. I will take that.
message you this.
Sweet.
At least you know something.
I know a thing.
She's gonna like feel Asher on her back, I'm assuming, and she's just gonna like.
Yep. Asher's just sitting there doing one of these, like, fuck.
What is that?
Give me just a moment. Information is downloading into my brain.
By the way, I clipped Michelle's reaction.
Beautiful.
Good. Good. I wanted to save that.
We should probably take a break after this.
Oh, well, I think we're gonna run this until we get to the end because unfortunately, like I forgot to take a break at the normal time, and I don't have anything ready for combat, so we're gonna keep going.
And I'll fill up my water now.
Take the time to do so.
Does that mean this is a short session?
Short, or well, I'm gonna try. I'm aiming for 6. I'm aiming for 6 o'clock, which would be a 3-hour session.
7 for us.
Oh,
Or
okay,
6
so like
o'clock.
another
Yeah, sorry.
hour.
Hour 6, you're 7. Sorry.
The way you said it, my brain went,
But it's
Looks
6:30
like
already.
6:30.
I can't
6
do-
o'clock.
I can't do more than 3 hours without a break, Connor.
No, no.
Yeah, I was
No,
I
no,
thought
no,
you
no.
were saying that like we were already too far into it and we were gonna do combat without a break, and I was like,
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, buddy, but fuck
I-
that. We're
I was
taking a
also
break.
I was also hearing that and I was like,
No.
no.
I apologize.
It's never
no.
too late to take
It's
a
more
break in
so-
a 4-hour session.
It's more so we're too far in. I'm not
Mhm.
planning combat, so we're
Okay.
gonna get to the end of the 3 and then go. All right,
Connor
we're
still
good.
needs to make a
Okay.
token for it.
Got it.
Yes.
The description you gave me an idea, by the way.
I don't like this thing. It's freaky. I hate that you're able to draw those kind of things.
I think it's cool.
It's not necessarily that I think it's hard. I hate that your brain has the capacity to work like Connor's.
Listen, Connor gives me a drawing. I look at the drawing and I go, got it. I draw it. Basically, if you looked at the drawing that Connor sent me and held it up next to it, they're pretty much the same thing. Just like colored. And with goop.
And again,
I'm very proud of
so this was not the accidental vagina monster.
No. There was a different one.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's another thing to look forward to.
Oh boy, can't wait.
Because that one's already towing the line.
Oh, I hate it
All right.
so much.
Scoopy.
All right.
And having not seen this, the description just makes me think of the scouts from GTFO that
I want
have
to play
That's-
GTFO.
All right, everyone. New plan. We need to get the fuck out of here.
What is it? Do you know?
It is a hidden fiend. But keep in mind, a tall thing that is quite dangerous and feels for vibrations.
And it just lives here? In the mountains?
Where?
What's it doing here?
No fucking clue. These things are mindless.
We
Anna?
can't get out of here. He's blocking the only exit.
Yes, yes.
We're going
Connor?
in.
Quick question.
Mhm.
The bodies,
Mm-hmm.
those weren't killed by an explosion, were they? There
You
was
can,
a explosion, but it wasn't the thing that killed them.
you can roll a very quick medicine check, and I can tell you.
I'm bad at medicine.
Yeah,
but
it's
okay.
like you gotta like autopsy that shit. Also, we might want to start breaking down the wall.
So that's actually a 19.
That's a 19. It's very good.
Breaking down the
Um,
wall's gonna make vibrations. You guys see
Mhm.
us.
What if I silence a certain area?
Still causes vibrations,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Sounds
Okay.
would have worked though.
You
If it was
make-
a sound.
Yeah,
thing.
it-
That
was
was-
very
it's a
smart.
good
that would have
idea.
been very smart, but then Jess is technically correct. I will
Yeah.
say
Well, you make a
silence will
bigger-
lessen the vibrations.
you
That's
make
true,
a
because there won't be
bigger
vibrations through the
explosion.
air.
You make a
Mhm,
bigger
it'll-
explosion elsewhere. Rod, you can do something that makes this big burst of thunder, can't you?
We were literally just talking about this spell.
I was making a joke about how I have a really great spell to cast inside of a cave that we're all in. It's called Shatter. Anyone heard of it?
I will say, so the medicine check.
Yeah.
They actually were killed. Well, one was killed by the explosion itself. The one that's been kind of pulled apart, they were very close to it when it went off. It hit their upper body and then just ripped them apart.
The other two.
The other one was most likely above the piston when it went off. And it just drove him up.
In other words, we got unlucky because it probably came looking after this explosion.
That is the full part of it. The third person, they died from the steam. But in the process of all of this, a massive explosion went off. And it drove a giant brass rod into the ceiling, which made a lot of vibrations, which made this thing come looking. You also realize that unless Amador managed to figure out a way to get this thing to come here, he may not have been setting you up.
Adding to my notebook, Amador can control the little vibration, guys. Trust me, I wouldn't lie to you.
It's not impossible, but just point that out.
So, okay. Maybe we put a silence around the wall, break it down, and
Lucio?
we break it down. Uh, and
I thought Overwatch reference today.
and
He's just
I
fucking
was
the day.
making fun of it.
and then we set off a different vibration in a different part of the cave, probably with shatter, to draw it there rather than to the wall.
Weird question.
That's my idea. It sounds like I said that's what we're gonna do next, but it's meant to be like a proposal.
Weird question. And I don't think this is gonna work, or it's gonna help us in any way. But would Pass Without a Trace help us in any way?
It would help with the amount of vibrations you make. That is effectively what the stealth is for.
Okay.
In this case,
so
at least.
if I can cast that, and you cast cast silence, and then we do the distraction, That means we're going further in the cave then, correct?
Yes, but
Ugh, don't
it
love
could-
that.
it could give us a better layout. This is not a very advantageous position.
I am drawing a line on the map so people who are nearby can see where the tendrils have begun to stretch out to.
We probably need to make that choice now because
I have a weird question.
Yes.
So the spell knock
Mm-hmm.
does not specify that it can't be a wall preventing entrance to another place, because it says a mundane or magical item preventing access. And we are trying to access the other side of that wall.
Is a wall an object?
Yes.
A wall is an object.
All right, well, rules is written.
It's like
Rules, that's
this is one of those situations where I think if you brought this to me on a normal ass wall that wasn't already established as being able to be knocked down, I would say no. But since you brought this to me on a wall that I've established that can be broken and does have something behind it, I will absolutely allow it in this case.
Then Kaz needs to cast silence where we are, so that way I can knock and it doesn't create a sound that it can hear, and it will knock down the wall. Because I have one use of knock.
Could I further assist this since I've already familiarized myself with this wall and the weak parts by scoring the wall so we can control the size of the hole it makes?
That's also a pretty good idea, in fairness.
With our powers combined.
We are getting the fuck out of here.
Basically, so it's not the whole wall, but a doorway size, essentially.
So we do those things, and then Rot does shatter across the room, so that way it causes the bigger vibrations than what the knock would do.
Fizzy,
Mhm.
you watch as the critter
You need to get out now. Do
as
it.
it begins to walk closer and closer.
Moment of action. Let's go.
Go.
Come on, Quinn.
I will
Right.
also pass without a trace.
Stealthily moving back.
Yep, I'm going to need everybody who's trying to move, I will say, a decent amount of distance. So Asher, Granny, and Fizzy. 'Cause Fizzy, you've been keeping an eye out. Responsible of you, in fairness. To make stealth checks.
Okay.
You're trying to avoid making too much vibrations.
I'm not gonna cast pass without a trace yet, but I am gonna use guidance. Is that cool?
That's okay.
Okay. Okay.
No. You roll
We'll get
another
to
nat
that.
one.
We'll get to that in a second. First off, Kaz, I want you
Yeah.
to please knock off the chart or mark that you've used the charges for silence.
I need another attribute on my.
How many do you have?
I only have 3 attribute. No, I mean like because I have something to track lightning conduit, short bow
Got it.
arrows.
Let me give you
and
another one.
thunderclap. Yes, just for the hat
Yeah,
itself. But
yeah,
I think
just
it's
one, sure.
charge for.
Hold up. Fizzy, did you roll your fucking oracle die today?
No.
You didn't.
Do that.
Do that. Please, God, do that.
Anything is better than
Natural
what?
one.
No.
I curse you.
18.
Actually, if
Ready, you
if
can have
Fizzy
that.
if Fizzy nat one, then she could make the monster nat one.
That's true.
So we would take that.
No. I rolled an 18. Granny can have that.
Good catch, Jess. Thank
you.
you.
I've got so many good ideas right now. I'm in my element.
Asher, what'd you roll?
That is a total of 21. 17 plus
Oh, I
4.
forgot what I rolled. Hold on. I'm gonna re-roll. Sorry, I forgot what I
That's
rolled.
not including
That's
pass
fine.
without a trace, so
That
that's
is not-
31.
Pass without a trace has not been cast yet.
It's not been
Yeah.
cast yet.
Mhm.
Okay. Math.
Also,
14.
14. Okay.
Sorry, I had to do math.
Granny, what's
Granny?
what's your
Uh,
plus?
18 plus whatever.
18 plus 3, 21. Also, quick question: would Asher have known what kind of creature it is, like aberration, ooze?
Jace?
I do need to know this potentially.
This one is an aberration.
Fun.
I have a spell that is like protect from evil and good, but includes aberrations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing, but different creature types.
Okay.
And I prepared it today because I thought caves would have freaky shit in it, and I was right.
Boy, am I glad I rolled a nat 20 on that fucking roll. Shit.
Before we kick off, there's one other thing that I would like to ask.
Mhm.
Tana would ask Kaz, can I hold on to the stone? If something happens, we might need it.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I'll leave Connor to ponder over what I might possibly have planned.
I'm thinking
with-
about what map assets I need to make now. Okay.
Okay.
Kaz, you cast silence upon the wall near where you guys are. Granny, through the assistance of your oracle friend, you managed to avoid rolling catastrophically bad. Asher, you
Mhm.
also managed to sneak over with the rest. Fizzy, you take up the back of the pack and begin leading them back as well. Describe your actions.
As soon as I'm within 30 feet of everyone, I'm casting Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. Fizzy casts Pass Without a Trace on all of you. The silence spell, Kaz, has taken effect. You guys cannot hear any noise within a certain, within the sphere. Tana has scored the wall itself. What's next?
Rot is prepared to cast Shatter and is waiting for like a tap on the arm or something from anyone to alert when Rot should cast it.
Yeah, I think simultaneous with the knock would be the best goal. Or closest we can to that.
I will say I casted Pass Without a Trace before cast Silence because there's a verbal
Mhm.
component to pass.
I know, don't worry.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay. Now all you guys are waiting for is someone to knock.
Moment of honesty.
There's a verbal component to Shatter, I think it says.
Just back out of the sphere a little bit. The sphere of silence a little bit. Simple
Okay.
as that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
20 feet. It's 20 feet, so.
Okay.
That's it's as simple as that. Don't worry. I'm not gonna be that much of a stickler.
Had to check.
Yeah.
And then with Rot's point picked, looking at everyone real quick, she's gonna pick up a key. It's literally just a key, and tap it against the wall.
Okay. Silently, the wall breaks open with no noise, but you guys do feel the faint vibration of the stone hitting the ground as Rot sends off the shatter in that section of the wall.
I'm casting
And-
Shatter over there by that
Yep.
rock.
Yep,
Mhm.
I saw.
Just making
And-
sure.
For you all, it is like it happens dead silently. The ground shakes, the cave itself begins to rumble, chunks of stalactites and stalagmites begin to break off and fall onto the ground, and a section of the actual building that was the ramshackle hut that was made here cracks and begins to break down, and you all will watch and see as the Hayden Fiend rushes towards where that noise was made or where the vibrations were made. And all of you will witness this creature for the first time.
I don't want to see it again.
Icky boy.
Oh,
There it goes,
ew.
there it goes.
What the?
See it again. Why?
Icky boy.
It's not that bad.
Ugh.
And you all will watch as this thing
Oopie.
barrels its way at the spot where the vibrations were made, just throwing its entire body into the wall. And you watch as it thuds against the wall and just stumbles back a little bit. And then you watch as it kind of staggers around. And the tendrils begin to reach back out of its body as it starts to look around again. This time making its way towards where it heard its last vibrations, where the wall was just knocked down.
I figured we were already getting the fuck the way we were not
Yeah.
waiting to watch.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm being cinematic.
I know, but I have to point out.
We're being self-preservative. We're preserving
Shit.
ourselves.
Asher, do you still have some explosives?
I do technically have one thing. Just a bit on the random side, though.
Do you think we could lure it under that spike in the ceiling and then blow up a bit of the rock so that the spike comes down onto it?
This is also I want to put this forward. I have a cantrip called Concealed Shot, which masks any audible or visible output from the first weapon I make with a firearm. So if we need a shot to go off, I'm your girl.
How deep is the pot, Connor?
How deep is the water tank?
Yeah.
The water tank is probably a good, I'd say maybe about 6 to 7 feet. It certainly would be difficult. It would be difficult for it to climb out, considering it doesn't have arms.
Yeah.
It may eventually get out, but it would take it some time.
I'm just thinking for what Asher's going to use as the distraction. Okay. I have something that would work if you want to do this real quick. I don't have anything that could knock the arm down, but I have something that we could use to distract it.
It wouldn't hurt. Probably try to put some distance between us and it.
Yes, and you know how you make good distance between us and it? We fucking run. If we sit around here and miss something and create a fucking accident, it's gonna know we're here and we're not gonna get as much distance between us and it.
Probably better to run at the moment.
Yeah, let's just move. It's still searching.
Okay. Stealth checks from everybody, please.
Kitty.
Oh, look at you, Stinky.
This isn't normal Stinky.
This is
No.
Yeah, who
Cleo.
is that?
This is Miss
Cleo.
Cleo.
Bill, you have 3 Caligos, so I can't really blame people.
I know.
Hey, you know
I
what?
knew it wasn't.
You
I
know
knew
what?
It wasn't Houdini.
That cat's still Stinky.
She is.
She is. She also
Okay.
has no teeth.
She has no
I'll
teeth.
get stinky.
Oh, Gummer.
Oh, thank God! I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, thank God.
Ah,
Ew.
Make up for
finally.
the last time.
You want me to roll yours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Occupied.
a little bit.
Oh, I didn't roll horribly
You
for you.
know.
But everything's a +10 to.
I'm glad it's a plus 10.
I also get another +1 since I rolled a nat 1 earlier, so.
Yep. You're +2. Kaz, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15 plus 10 with my normal attributes plus physics.
35.
Pass it out a
35
trace.
total.
Thank God for that.
Rogues.
Nasty. Nasty.
So did anyone roll less than a 24?
Oh no. I'm gonna get to you, Jace. Fizzy, what'd you roll?
20.
Granny, what'd you roll?
A nat 20.
All right. Darius?
With the pass without a trace, a 26.
Rot?
With the pass without a trace of 24.
Tana?
9 plus 7 plus 10 for 26.
Oh, that could have been bad.
I mean, 26
26 is pretty
still
good.
fine.
Asher?
If I pass without a trace exists.
Yeah, I got a total of 20.
The lowest of them all. All right. You all begin making your way through the improvised door and further into the dark of the caves. This one is dry. Only the faint motes of dust and other material floating around inside of the cave, leaving behind the experimental chamber and everything else. You instead are here.
We don't
inside of
own
the cave.
vision on this.
I know.
No, this is rude because I'm.
It's just dark.
It's just dark. That's all it's supposed to
Hey,
be.
this
I
is
still-
what I see.
Actually, I have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
Dark vision.
Shut up!
Superior dark vision, actually.
Very good dark vision.
Well, this is advanced darkness. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't sign up for advanced darkness.
I have advanced dark vision, so I should have seen this.
Darkness imprisoning me.
Presenting me. You guys begin to head your way further and further into the caves, away from the Hayden Fiend. As you realize now that your only way out has that in the way. So now, your options are either go in further and hope you can find another way out of here, or deal with that and then double back. But that's where we'll leave off for tonight. So, I do hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the session, you guys. Special thanks to the folks who are here in chat hanging out with us. As you know, it was lovely having you here with us. Also, special thanks to all the other folks who are in chat and just lurking. It's nice to have you guys around. Thanks to my players. I really hope you guys enjoyed all of this. With all of that said, we are going to be going back to our normal streaming schedule. So Wednesday, Friday, then this on Saturday. Me and Jace are trying to figure out when the best time for Halo and stuff like that is, but we'll figure that out at some point. We'll tell you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we have a Twitter. You can find us at Dicefunctional_. There, you can talk with us. Here, you can join up into our Discord. But with all that said, we're gonna leave off. We're gonna get some food. Say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.